All right, trust tree right away. Raise your hand if you fell asleep before the fourth quarter started last night. Hand raised. Connor's hand raised. John, did you make it up through the entirety of that incredible game last night between the Rams and Seahawks that went to overtime?
Remember, I did not get in till late in the third quarter.
That's right.
I was out at
You were out and about.
I was out in Downingtown at the Borough, which is a fine establishment, for the comedy night last night. So I was not in the house till late in the third quarter.
So you were ready to go.
And then Christina's like, you have to be up at 4 a.m. Go to bed. And I'm like, I'm too wired.
Yeah.
I can't walk in.
You can't just fall asleep
And
as
you
soon
can't
as you
walk
lay
in the
down.
house after a comedy show and a cocktail and everything like that. I had a great night out, so it was fun.
So I made it through. As soon as the third quarter ended and the Seahawks were up 23-14, I was like, all right, Rams got this one.
Oh, so you missed the Rams even being up 30-14.
Yeah, I figured this is it.
It looked over.
Rams offense is too good to just stop them. They'll continue to put up some points. And then at 1 o'clock in the morning, God knows what woke me up. I woke up and I do what I think everybody else does. Let me just check the score, see what happened. Seahawks win 38-37 in overtime, and they are now the number 1 seed in the NFC as of today. There's still a couple weeks left in the regular season.
Lot to go.
But Seattle currently holds the number 1 seed in the NFC. Seahawks and Rams, the only 2 teams in the NFC that have officially clinched a playoff spot. Rams obviously has the 5 seed top wild card spot. But here is my biggest takeaway, because when I woke up, I said, oh, damn, I have to watch how this thing finished off. So I went back and watched the game this morning before I left the house. And I saw what Seattle was able to do in their comeback, how dominant the defense was in that fourth quarter, the fact that they gave themselves that many chances to eventually make it a 1-score game, tie it, force overtime, and get the win. I saw 2 teams that I believe the Eagles are not on the same tier as. That's what I took away from yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
This is what this medium is all about.
Yeah.
I saw 2 teams that I absolutely go, the Eagles could absolutely move the ball better than them and are playing better defense than either one of them.
Wait, you think the Eagles can move the ball better than these 2 teams when the Eagles
No, didn't say that. Listen to what I said. The Eagles could move the ball on either one of them. I didn't say better than them. Move the ball on either one of them, and the Eagles' defense is playing better than either of these teams. Right. Either of them. That was the Seahawks team at home on defense. The Eagles' defense is playing better than both of these teams.
Yes, the Eagles' defense is
no
better.
questions asked. And the Eagles absolutely could move the ball on both of these teams. Would they score as much as these teams? Maybe not. I don't know. I don't think the Seattle offense on most nights looks that great, depending on who they're playing. They can look great, then they can look spotty. It depends. I don't trust as Connor will tell you, Sam Darnold. But I walked away from that game again feeling much better.
See, I did not.
Much better.
Because I saw 2 teams that put up 30 points. Let's forget overtime, right? The 2 teams that
overtime stuff, yeah.
2 teams that put up 30 points. And I just don't see the Eagles doing that. They did it this past Sunday, obviously, against the Las Vegas Raiders. So, look, that does not mean there's a chance they don't face any of those 2 teams, right? Like, who knows? Maybe the Seahawks get eliminated maybe there's an upset, and the Eagles don't have to face those teams at any point in the playoffs. But, yeah, we took 2 totally different paths or takeaways from that game. I saw 2 teams where I go, all right, I don't think the Eagles can keep up with either of these teams offensively. I just haven't seen it all season long.
Yeah, I mean, well, I would just tell you is that, and I've got some tidbits for you on people who cover both of these 2 teams and what they're saying about the 2 teams you saw play last night. Because I think sometimes, as we've talked about it many times on this show, we're so close in what we watch, we think, oh, wow, we're so flawed, and these other teams are so great. I'm going to let you know what the Rams media is saying about the Rams today. And I think Eagles fans will go, wow, maybe the Rams aren't what we think they are, the people who cover the Rams every day. The Rams aren't what we think they are. It's amazing.
In your heart of hearts. So, Look, again, 30 points for those 2 teams before they go to overtime.
Yes.
Obviously, the Eagles' defense may keep them into the mid-20s, right?
Oh, no, absolutely.
Right? The way they're playing right now, even though the Rams did score 30 against you the last time you played. Do you see the Eagles' offense being able to put up that many points?
How many points are you talking about? Could the Rams put up? Could the Eagles?
Let's say it's a 30-27 game. Can you see the Eagles offense scoring 30 points? That is the one thing that I am still hesitant to saying I could see.
All right, in the past 2 months, I've seen the 49ers put up 26. I've seen Carolina put up 28. I've seen Detroit put up 34. Absolutely. Yes, no questions asked. I could see the Eagles putting up 20, 27, 24. Sure, absolutely. And I could see their defense being just good enough to keep them in that game. No questions asked.
Interesting.
Not even a hesitation that the Eagles could do that.
I don't have that feeling at all.
Not even
really
a hesitation.
I
know you do. You've already written off the season.
I saw it this past Sunday against a wretched Raiders team, and that's pretty much it. Now, to your point, it has been done against those teams, but
yes,
the Eagles' offense is not playing the way some of those teams are playing right now.
I got you. I've seen this. The Rams' defense is not the Eagles' defense.
No, it's not.
And so
Seattle's defense is pretty good, and they gave up 37 points.
And Seattle's defense is really, really at home is really, really good. The Rams' offense is sleek. The Seattle offense last night had some really, really big plays. They had big plays last night. And by the way, I got to hear our friend Kate Scott doing the national broadcast last night. I got to hear around half of a quarter or more of her work. She was excellent last night on that broadcast. Did a great job. It was like a game of big plays. These two teams have big playability that I don't know that the Eagles give up the big play like that, but they also, their offense maybe doesn't have.
Yeah, that's my thing. I don't think they.
But
can
I don't think the Eagles' defense gives up the big play.
Sure,
like
but I don't think they can keep up with teams. Like if there's a team, if a Rams team comes in here or you go there, whatever it is, and they start putting up points early on, I have not seen the Eagles' offense be able to say, all right, we're gonna go toe to toe, keep up with them. Right? We've seen them take leads early on, like the Cowboys game where they scored 21 points, and then we know what ended up happening.
Sure.
We've seen them beat the Rams this year. It's not like that didn't happen. But that I feel like that was a whole lifetime ago. And the Eagles' offense has found some sort of wall, or maybe teams have found ways to stop them. Again, how much was it reality against the Raiders, what we saw? I'm curious to see tomorrow. We don't have to wait much longer. We get a game tomorrow night.
Well, I'll just tell you this. The Cowboys are the best offense in the NFL. The Cowboys averaged 22 points against the Eagles' defense.
Mm-hmm.
They are the best offense in the NFL. They averaged 22 points against the Eagles' defense. So I'm not thinking that the Rams are going to go out and score 36, 38. There's no reason to. Or that Seattle's going to go out and put 36, 38 up on this Eagles defense. There's no reason to think that. The best offense in the NFL, the sleekest, Dallas Cowboys, who have just been so prolific against everybody. They scored 22 on average, and they went 1-1. And the Eagles, if they had just done anything, would have won both of those games. So I feel better after watching that game.
Wow! All right, so again, don't do the show before the show.
Nope. We didn't know. We did not know. We didn't talk about it.
We had two totally different takeaways from last night's Rams-Seahawks game. So
there are things I'm scared of, though. I know just to make it so I'm not being head in the sand.
Yeah,
there are things I saw last night, and the big playability of both of those teams' offenses. Scared me.
And by the way, both on the ground and in the air for both of those teams.
I'm telling you.
So let us know. 610-632-0975. You can text in. You can call in. YouTube, as always, shout out to you guys. Are the Eagles on the same tier as the two teams we watched last night? I'm not saying they're like tier 5. I think it's Rams and Seahawks on tier 1, and I think the Eagles are on tier 2. That's not like some drastic thing to be on.
You're not. I don't see you trashing them by saying that.
The Eagles don't stink. All right, the Eagles don't stink. They drive me nuts, but they don't stink. I just don't know if they're on the same tier as the Rams and Seahawks. I don't believe that they're on the same tier as those teams.
The Rams have lost to the 49ers. Rams have lost to the Eagles. Rams have lost to Carolina. Rams have lost to Seattle. What do all those teams have in common? They're playoff teams. Yeah. All of them are playoff teams, meaning that the Rams beat up on a lot of teams that don't go to the playoffs. But when the Rams play playoff teams, they tend to be average or below average. Just something for the memory banks. They don't tend to step up against the big teams.
They've also beaten a lot of playoff teams. I'm scrolling through right now.
Okay. They got their losses on the playoff teams. Just saying.
So do the Eagles.
Just saying. There you go.
So do the Eagles.
There you go.
All right, coming up next. What are Connor's thoughts on this? Mr. Sam Darnold sucks. Now, he did get outplayed by Stafford, but his team won. So we'll get Connor's thoughts on the topic today. Are the Eagles on the same tier as the two teams we watched last night? We want to hear from you on this one as well. It is a Football Friday, the day before game day for the Eagles. They play on a Saturday. It's Kincade Salciunas, 97.5, the Fanatic. Can I ask you guys a quick question?
Of course.
You're allowed to. Your name's on the freaking show. And happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
to you?
No.
I've already
we
heard.
sang
I've
enough
already
this
heard you guys
week.
both sing this week. I don't need any more. Thank you very
Birthday.
much. Happy birthday to Liv. So I see on our YouTube chat. Again, I'm being Mr. Negative because my takeaway is I'm doing this on purpose now for ratings. The divisional game reasoning for last night's game having two teams score over 30 points. What does that mean?
I don't understand. What? Explain that a little more.
A couple of people on
Are saying
YouTube
what?
have said that was just a crazy divisional game. Don't make much of it.
Well, I think divisional games, though, you do tend to say, like Commanders-Eagles games tend to be
Yeah, I mean, we
really
see like
weird.
Sam
and
Howell.
they tend
Sam
to be weird.
Howell has played
right.
well.
They tend to be weird. I sort of understand what someone's saying there. I sort of understand that.
But, like, was the Rams' offense good last night because they played the Seahawks? And was the Seahawks' offense good last night because they played the Rams?
No. But I do understand what the person's saying is that sometimes divisional games are weird and tend to be odd. You almost, what do they say? The old throw out the record books when these two teams play.
Right. But
Type of thing.
What if I go back 5 days? Or in yesterday's case, 4 days?
Okay.
The Rams and Lions are not in the same division, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Rams won 41-34. Mm-hmm. That was a high-scoring affair. That they don't play in the same division. The Rams might just be an offense that could score almost 30 points every single week. Like, that might just be it, right? 38 yesterday, or 37 yesterday in the loss, 41 the week before, 45 the week before, 28 the week before, 34 the week before. They might just be a team that can score consistently in the 30s.
Yeah, they
I don't
might
think
be.
it had anything to do with them playing a divisional game last night. And
Exactly.
And again, my takeaway is it's not like I've been hiding my worry of the Eagles' offense around here. I've been worried about it for a month and a half now. So I don't believe that the Eagles' offense can keep up with the team that scores 30. Now, I believe the defense can
But the
slow
thing
them
is,
down.
the Eagles won't have to. Because the Eagles, it's a premise that's a false premise. Because the Eagles' defense won't allow a team to score. It's not going to allow a game to be 41-38.
Sure, exactly.
So they don't. The Eagles' offense doesn't have to keep up with that.
But can the Eagles' offense score in the high 20s?
Wait a minute. What did the Rams score against the Eagles?
26, and they would have had 32 if it wasn't for the blocked field
Yeah,
goals.
And if my aunt had, she'd be my uncle. I get you. I get that, and you can't hope for that to happen
exactly.
in games. But the Eagles' defense actually dominated the Rams in the second half of that game. So was getting dominated.
Yeah.
And then flipped the script and dominated them.
Yeah,
and Vic Fangio,
McVay became a little scaredy cat.
no matter
times.
who the Eagles' defense has been with McVay, whoever they faced, the Eagles' defense has tended to find a way with McVay. That rhymes. So it works. They found a way with that team. The Eagles don't have to score 38 to beat the Rams because the Rams aren't scoring 37 on the Eagles. That's so I don't even have to worry about that.
I can't.
And more importantly, I just want to I'm going to give you the first of the day that I have for you here.
Okay.
Matthew Stafford is clearly having the MVP season.
Yeah, he's ridiculous.
Can we just give it to him now? But what's become apparent is clear. Without Matthew Stafford putting on the Superman cape, this defense doesn't look championship timber. That is one of the Rams beat writers who's with them every single day, watching their team, watching them play. And it's what I told you about the Detroit game. I watched the Rams play Detroit, and I'm like, that's not a championship defense.
Right, but can't I flip it and say the Eagles don't have a championship offense?
Okay, what I'm saying to you is, but you see, you're making my point for me. You don't realize it, but you're making my point for me. You're saying Eagles season's done. They have no shot. This is a guy who covers the Rams on an everyday basis, watching the Rams, embedded with the Rams, and he's going, we have to admit it, folks. This Rams defense isn't good enough. They're not a championship-level defense. So unless Matthew Stafford puts on his Superman cape, this team isn't good enough. He has to do that. It's the only way they're going to win. So every team, even the one that people are like, well, the Rams, yesterday I heard.
They got their flaws.
It's like, oh, they all have their flaws, just like the Eagles have their flaws. But I'm going to tell you this. I'd rather have a dominant defense than a dominant offense. Any day of the week, pencil it in. Give me the defense that can keep me in a game, and I can find – because I already know this. I know Jalen Hurts. I know Saquon, Devontae, AJ, Dallas. I know that group in a big game can find a way to dial it up and come up with a game that everybody goes, wow, where did that come from? Because they had two of their best offensive performances in the NFC title game and the Super Bowl last year.
Connor, what did you make of big game Sammy D, who's the quarterback of the 1 seed Seattle Seahawks?
He looked better than he did last time they played the Rams.
That is the truth.
Very, very low bar set. Here's how I look at Seattle. If they come to the link, I'm taking the Philadelphia Eagles like 9 times out of 10. If you have to go there, I'm taking Seattle 6 times out of 10. And it's not going to be because of Sam Darnold. It's because that defense is really good. Jackson Smith and Jigba has had an incredible year, and they can run the football. And the Rams are a team that still scares me. I still think they're the best team in the NFC. Going into Seattle and playing an overtime game,
Without
listen,
Devontae Adams.
Yeah, I mean, a 2-point conversion hit off a guy's head and went forward.
By the way,
wild
I think that's a bad call.
I don't know.
I think that might have been a bad call.
As long as the Music City Miracle stands, I don't think you can argue about any of that.
The referee that they had on the broadcast said it was a bad call, like on the replay. Connor, what's funny is I go a little different than you. I say if Seattle comes here, I'm 8 out of 10 Eagles. 4 out of 5 times I'm picking the Eagles. If we have to go to Seattle, I'm 4 out of 5 Seattle. I'm even more that Seattle wins that game.
All right.
I don't want to go to Seattle.
Speaking of the Eagles, coming up next, we're not just talking Rams Seahawks. This is not LA radio or Seattle radio. The Eagles play the Commanders tomorrow, and John is wondering if this game could be a little tough because of what happened last year. Will it matter? There was something we talked about this Eagles team a lot last year. I wonder if they still have it. It's Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
NFC East on the line. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Eagles have reached the eve of their matchup with the Commanders down in Washington. Jalen Carter and Lane Johnson are both out again for the game tomorrow. But this is still a big one for the Birds. They clinched the NFC East with a victory. It'll be the first time since 2008 that the NFC East would have back-to-back same champions. Nick Sirianni met with the media yesterday, and he talked about the faith that they have in their game plan heading into this matchup with the Commanders.
There's some different ways we want to attack. We know that we have to adjust as the game goes on. So there's going to be multiple different ways we try to attack, but we feel good about the plan going in, but we're going to have to adjust, and the guys will have to execute.
We've heard about changes to the game plan the past couple of weeks. We'll see if it's as fruitful this time as it was against the Raiders last Sunday. Kickoff is at 5 p.m. tomorrow. In other NFL news, the Seahawks took down the Rams in overtime last night, taking over the top seed in the NFC playoff picture. Flyers fell to the Sabres 5-3 in Buffalo last night. They are off till tomorrow. Sixers are back on the court tonight against the Knicks at the Garden. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. You can hear that game live right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Don't miss Bram Weinstein coming up at 8:25 for the Commanders' perspective on the matchup tomorrow. This update is brought to you by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is inside your Macy's store where you can find last-minute gifts for under $20. With new arrivals every day, you never know what amazing deals you'll find. Find a location at Macy'sBackstage.com. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and the best Birds coverage, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Norristown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Get wicked good deals all month long on a Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram. Visit norristownchryslerdodge.com.
Only 3 more days of fall.
How about that?
Today, tomorrow, and then I guess winter comes on Sunday.
6 days till Christmas.
Yes.
Happy 4th night of Hanukkah to those you who celebrate. Last night was the 4th night.
And I've got to say, you've been festive most of the week, but that sweater is spectacular.
So, yeah, I'm
That's
rocking.
a spectacular
I got to
sweater.
stand out because YouTube can only see the Salciunas part.
And
But
I have seen this on my algorithm, so what you must have bought it, and it popped up on my algorithm because I saw it. That is an excellent-looking sweater.
Yeah, it was just, it's you can put your.
By the way, how did it get you and Christy? That's pretty good.
Well, you can pick the design.
A little generous on the beard.
Yeah.
No.
Well, there's no
stubble
Yeah,
option.
No, but I think that looks.
I could grow out my beard if I want to. I just don't like it.
No, but I think that is a pretty good depiction. Christy, a very attractive
And
blonde.
notice I picked
That's
the
an
hat.
attractive blonde. Look,
Yes.
you picked the hat.
I picked the hat because that's
a
what
nice,
I wore the other day.
That's a nice picture.
It's on Instagram. It was like I bought one for me, Christy, and my son. And Christy actually, for the first time ever, was like, "Wow,
I like that.
good job
And you're
with
gonna
the
keep
clothing."
that.
Yeah, I'll wear this forever.
And
I'm gonna
Coop will
we're
wear it
already
as
wearing
long as he can.
We already decided Christmas Eve we're wearing it.
That's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah,
That is
so
awesome.
as a family, it's gonna be our Christmas
That
Eve
is your best of the week,
wear.
by the way.
Thank
That's
you.
the best.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll post the photo at some point. All right, so yes, last night was Rams Seahawks, and I come away completely different than John. I thought that the Eagles are not on the same tier as those two teams. You believe that they are on the tier or above the tier?
No.
How do you come away with
I
that?
consider them, the Eagles are, if you're telling me about the body of work that I've seen all year, the Eagles are definitely slightly below both of those teams. No questions asked. But can the Eagles beat both of those teams? Absolutely. They can absolutely beat both those teams. On any and if they play them in South Philly, I will pick them to beat either one of those teams. If they're playing either one of those teams where they come in as a wild card and they come into South Philly, Eagles will beat them.
Now, I'm not putting you on the spot. I just want to confirm.
Okay.
Because I did go back and listen. You
Okay.
did say
Yes.
that you think they could move the ball better than both those teams. But then you said
No, I mean
against those two.
No, against those teams. Like I think
no,
they
but
could do.
in case
Yeah.
somebody's confused, because somebody also pointed out that you said it. So we just want to make.
Oh no. No, the Eagles' offense.
I'm not
is,
doing the challenge
no,
flag
the Eagles'
thing.
offense. Eagles' offense is nothing like
All
those.
right,
their
but you
offenses.
think they can move against those?
No,
defenses?
the Eagles are going to move the ball against both of those teams. But the thing is that the Eagles' defense is clearly better than both.
Yes,
the thing is, though, Seattle's defense in Seattle, that was a shocking performance because
And that was
their
without Devontae Adams for the Rams.
because their defense is great.
Yes,
Their defense is great. But Matthew Stafford, give the man the MVP. And don't give me any of this crap about Josh Allen. Stop it. Stop it. Look at the entire body of work for the entire season. Do not give me any Josh Allen stuff. The entire body of work for the whole year has to count. You cannot ignore all the crappy games that Josh Allen dialed up this year. Matthew Stafford is unfreaking believable.
He's been ridiculous.
He's unbelievable.
And this was coming off of the back. Remember,
Oh my
he was
gosh!
getting epidural
Remember before
shots.
leading up to the opener.
I didn't think he was going to be able to play.
He is You know, he looks as comfortable as I've ever seen him look.
It's why he should be in the top 5 conversation ahead of Jalen. With all due respect to our guy.
No,
It's-
wait a minute. There's no question he's
yeah,
playing.
but people
He's-
hate Matt Stafford in this city.
Well, it's stupid.
They really
it's just
do.
stupid.
It's amazing.
Matt Stafford, if he had not played his career in Detroit, we would be talking about
yeah.
one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
You can argue that he already is still in that conversation.
No, he could be. I mean, Matt Stafford,
Statistically, at least.
if he doesn't play, if he plays in an average city, not Detroit, plays
Yeah.
for an average franchise, one that makes the playoffs like once every 3 years during his tenure in
Totally
Detroit.
different, yeah.
Completely.
Yeah, but screw him. He ruined a Thanksgiving for me. So
Yeah,
kick rocks
that's
forever.
true.
If he had played with Eli Manning's Giants for the entire tenure of Eli Manning,
Right.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, that team's a dynasty. All right. So you are wondering, could Sunday's game, Saturday's, tomorrow's game, be a bit of a struggle bus for the Eagles because of, the team you beat in the NFC Championship game last year?
I know Coach Bro well, and I know what Dan Quinn does well. And Dan Quinn does a lot of things. Dan Quinn is a lot like Nick Sirianni, but Dan Quinn really does, design a defense. Dan Quinn can take over a defense, design a defense, and do all that. Unlike with Nick, but even though we're seeing Nick's influence on the offense, so maybe that's changing. But one thing he does well is he is a uniter of men. He is a leader of men. Like Nick Sirianni's players love playing for him. Dan Quinn's players love playing for him. They love the man. They love the guy. And he can get their attention.
Yeah.
And so if the Commanders have any kind of pride, and we'll ask Bram Weinstein about it coming up today at 8:25. If they've got pride, if they've got any kind of juice about them, the Eagles better expect a punch or two counterpunch tomorrow. If that team, and I don't believe we're going to see a Commanders team that just rolls over and dies tomorrow. The only way that's going to happen is if the Eagles come in and kick their teeth in early,
right,
like they did last year when they came into the building in that late season game, and then Jalen got speared in the head.
Yeah.
And that caused them to leave the game, and then we had the Kenny Pickett crap go on, and they end up losing a game. As long as that happens, the Eagles got to be prepared to jump out fast and try to choke the life out of this team, because the longer they let the Commanders stick around tomorrow, I will be concerned. If this is a game going into the fourth quarter, I will be deeply concerned that the Commanders could find a way to pull it out.
Remember the ESPN did the simulation. They actually have the Commanders winning tomorrow.
By the way, that exactly what you suspected. So I followed up on it yesterday.
What?
Because I went and read about it yesterday. Because you brought up something that was great.
During the break, or after the show, it was simulation number 5002.
Okay. So I had to read about that. So I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell is that? So that simulation 5000, they literally cherry-picked
the one that
simulation that would create the most conversation.
Yeah.
Okay? They will not, and when Kevin Nagani's on, he won't probably know, but there is absolutely no way. And there was when I was doing my research yesterday, I found a couple of those analytics websites that said there is no way that if they ran that simulation 10,000 times, that the Eagles didn't win 87% of the time.
They should have the highest percentage result.
One of the sites said 86.3. One of the other sites, analytics sites, said 87.1. So both of the sites were sort of arguing, but 86.3 and 87.1. So what ESPN did to me is clickbait with that. They found a simulation that they said, this will trigger Eagle fans, because the Eagle fans are the thing.
We brought it up on the air.
And exactly. So they got our attention, and that's what they wanted. They picked a simulation that screwed over the Eagles and created a situation that they wanted.
So I have a question off of what you were saying about this Commanders game and how Dan Quinn might be, they might be coaching for their Super Bowl, right? Not the Week 18 game.
No, the Week 18 game you can probably write off.
They're probably going to be packing their bags to go golf.
And the Eagles might be absolutely putting their feet up.
So last year, we talked about this a lot, that the Eagles were, whatever term you want to use, I think we used bulletin board proof a lot last year, where they were cyborgs, right? Like, regardless of the storyline going into a game, whether it was tush-push drama, anything that you could consider bulletin board material, it didn't matter. The Eagles just kept on winning games. They were that dominant. Do we have that same feeling that they still have that spunk where, like, nothing is said would get to them? 3 straight losses tells me no.
Well,
but I've also been told by our own Andrew DeCecco that it's not like the vibe ever wavered in that clubhouse, locker room.
I still feel that way about the team. I would say yes.
So you still do?
I think they're losing the games because the scheme sucked and the execution sucked. But I don't think it had anything to do with them being distracted or hearing outside noise or, like, the motivation factor.
Like, I worry about...
Connor, I think you summed that up perfectly.
I think this is a natural worry for anybody, like, the play down to the opponent thing.
Yeah.
Especially if the Commanders are hungry to at least be like, hey, let's flip them the bird one time before we pack our bags. Like, I don't think the Eagles lose on Sunday.
On Saturday. Well, they don't lose Sunday. They can't.
I don't think the Eagles lose tomorrow.
Very good.
I don't. Yeah, as negative as I've been, I don't think that they're going to lose tomorrow, but...
I don't think they will either.
I hope there's no play down to opponent moment.
Let me give you just one little tidbit for you, too, that we might not even know about. If the 49ers beat the Colts Monday and then beat the Bears the following week at home, and the Seahawks beat the Panthers, the final weekend of the season, Seahawks-49ers, is for the division title. The 49ers can win the division with a home game versus Seattle.
It's amazing.
The 49ers win out. They win the division. How about that?
I think they were my preseason pick to win the division.
They were.
So maybe.
And so I can mean, but then no, they have to
chance.
win at the Colts, home game with the Bears,
beat Phillip Rivers.
home game with Seattle.
Could happen.
49ers could win that division, and nobody's talked about them.
And then all of a sudden, the Rams and Seahawks are both wild card teams.
Oh, my gosh.
Wild. All right, coming up next, we'll check our text line for the first time this morning. Last night, I watched two teams that I believe are tier 1 of the NFC, and the Eagles are tier 2. John Kincade, different. Says they're all in the same tier. What about you? 610-632-0975.
Just slightly lower.
We'll check our text line. Also, the old angry tweet quick delete. Somebody has had one wild week. My God, it's Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. Line again last night. Do you believe the Eagles are on the same tier as the Seahawks and the Rams? 610-632-0975. Eagles get set to take on the Commanders tomorrow. I will say, when you mentioned the big playability, that's one of my biggest fears, right? Like
Those two teams have great big people.
We've seen Hurts and Devontae have connections this year. We've seen Hurts and AJ at times have connections this year. But it just seems like whenever they need a play, they got it, right? Puka Nacua yesterday, an absolute ridiculous game where he has 12 receptions for 225 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like, the Eagles don't have, they have the players. They have just not had the ability, right? Like, they have not had the ability to have a game like that. Now, speaking of Puka Nacua, yo, dude, I don't.
Put your phone down.
Put the phone down. Stay off these streams. I don't know if you saw what went down in the stream. This is a guy that's way too talented, and he's got issues with his brother stealing cars.
He's got a 2-cent head.
Like, what the hell is going on?
Did you see the one earlier in the week? He's finding it hard to afford living in L.A.
Oh, is that right? Well,
what?
Yeah,
What?
it's tough.
Are you freaking kidding me?
I remember Brock Purdy had a
Stop.
similar thing in San
stop.
Francisco.
Well, wait a minute. Brock Purdy was a 7th-round pick.
Right.
He was Mr. Irrelevant. He actually had a tight
That's
budget.
True. That's true.
A little different.
So, in case people missed it, Puka Nacua, first, earlier in the week, was on a stream. I'm not even going to mention the guy's name, but he's a big name. He was on a stream, and he was complaining about the officials and how referees make bad calls on purpose so that they can get more TV time because they're all lawyers and they want to show off to their buddies.
Hey, look for me on this. I'm working the Saturday night game. You're going to see me.
And he's just saying this on a live stream. And, like, I love how athletes sometimes seem to be naive, like A.J. Brown. Oh,
I was just talking to my friends.
like, come on, bro. Like, you guys got to be smarter than this. And then there was a moment of anti-Semitism
Yes.
on the stream. So that's a whole other, discussion for Puka Nacua. And then he goes on social media and apologizes for both, right? The ripping of the refs, the anti-Semitism. When in doubt, chat GPT an apology and go on social
and
media.
it was a chat GPT apology.
And then yesterday, after they lose, he quickly goes to social media again and rips the refs. This is what I was talking about. So much for the apology.
I mean, he was off the field.
Like 5 minutes.
No, it was not even 3.5 minutes off the field.
So he sprinted to his phone.
To get to his phone. Get me good to my phone. Let me get to the phone. And then Sean McVay, if you haven't seen the video of
I have not seen this. You're telling me about
Sean
this for the first time.
McVay finds out at the podium that Puka Nacua tweeted. And I swear to you, because obviously they had dealt with Puka Nacua during the week and had to deal with him and be like, look, are you a freaking 5-year-old? Do you have? Are you like a child? Do you not know how to have any self-control? So he's probably had to deal with that all week long. And then he finds out on the podium that Nacua had tweeted.
Yeah.
And he is just like.
Immediately after the game?
Look, I know McVay. I know his dad. I've seen his dad with that expression, having worked with him. I can tell you he was pissed. He was pissed.
Now, if he's saying it's hard to afford living in L.A.,
he was pissed.
Maybe don't get fined because he's
my
going to get
gosh.
fined. Ian Rappaport yesterday was saying it's going to be a hefty one for the complaining of the refs on the stream.
That was before last night's game.
And then he goes on social media right after the game complaining about the refs. So
you know what it might mean?
Oh, man.
You know what it could mean?
What?
It actually could mean a suspension. He's just been reprimanded for it,
yeah.
and then he goes and does it immediately in the first game after.
I'd be shocked if they suspended him.
I would agree.
Tweet.
But it could. They have the grounds to be able to do it. He ignored it again. Went right to social media again in the first game.
Yeah.
Coming off of this
it
stuff.
was like immediately after the game, we lost, so let me rip the refs. All right, what do we got on the text line, Connor? Are the Eagles on the same tier as the Seahawks and Rams? Tier above, tier below? Same tier? You tell us. What are the people saying?
John C. in Tennessee says if Rams and Seahawks are tier 1, Eagles are probably tier 1A to me. Defense ranks better than L.A. and Seattle. Jalen better than Darnold. A.J. and Devontae can outperform Puka and their Devontae.
I wouldn't say that so comfortably. The wide receiver duo thing. Like, there's a reason why we're talking Matt Stafford should win MVP and not Jalen Hurts because of how well they've all been playing. Now, we'll see. Is Devontae Adams himself whenever he comes back from the hamstring injury? That's a major story to follow along.
And how much did, without Devontae Adams, what did Stafford pass for last night? 450?
400 yards, 457 yards, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
And it's effortless. He's so freaking amazing.
Yeah.
He is absolutely amazing.
Even without Devontae Adams, they had 225 yards from Puka Nacua. Xavier Smith had 57. Kanata Mumpfield. I know you got a Mumpfield jersey
that's
somewhere.
great.
3 for 40. Davis Allen, 2 for 34. Terrence Ferguson, 3 for 33. Colby Parkinson, 2 for 21. And then 3 other players had receptions. Like, it was crazy day. He's spreading the ball all over the place, 29 of 49, and yet they lose to Seattle. What else we got?
Sean in Pennsylvania says, considering how this season has played out this far, it's hard not to consider the Seahawks and Rams ahead of the Birds. However, I do believe we can beat them. As far as tomorrow goes, I'm at the point where I don't care how we win, just win, get players rested and healthy for the playoffs. 31-20 Birds tomorrow.
And just to clarify, because you said it wrong during the tease, I did not say they're on the same tier. Seattle and the Rams are definitely on the full body of work, a little tier ahead of the Eagles.
Oh, so then you agree with me.
But I consider it to be razor thin. And I think the Eagles can beat either one of those teams, and I absolutely would feel much more comfortable. Like if you're saying, I said to you before, if the Eagles have to go to Seattle, I'm going 8 out of 10, most likely Seattle. If the Eagles have to go to L.A., I'm going 6 out of 10 L.A.
Okay.
Right now. That's how I feel today.
But
6 out
ultimately,
of
you
10.
agree with me. Maybe the margin's different. I opened the show saying Seahawks,
You
Rams.
give them 0. No, it's not even close what you and I think.
Yeah, but I said Rams, Seahawks are on a tier of their own. That's how I started the show.
No, but they're not their tier of their own is like a razor thin. You give the Eagles 0 chance.
Yes.
So you give them 0. I give the Eagles absolutely a mega chance to get back to the Super Bowl.
Are you up more now?
By the way, yes.
What are you up now?
Absolutely, the Rams. I'll go 30.
So you've gone up.
Yeah, I'll go up. No, based on last night, I'll go up. Absolutely, I
A
will.
win over the Raiders and
No,
the
the win on the Raiders. The win on the Raiders did nothing. So again, you're misrepresenting. No misrepresenting. You got to be able to make your points without misrepresenting mine. I never once used the Raiders as any criteria on mine. It's what's happening with the rest of.
Last week you were at 10%. Now you're at 30%.
I've never used the Raiders game as anything with mine.
But saying this team has basically a 1-in-3 chance to go to the Super Bowl right now.
Yeah, to win the
after
NFC.
a 1 in 10 chance.
To win the NFC, that's what I
That's
have.
insane right now.
Okay, that's fine. That's insane. You can be as insane as you want. You guys have
He's
them
in the
at
holiday
0.
spirit, man.
You guys have them at 0. They
Yes.
have no chance.
No chance.
I don't know why you're even going to watch. Because they have 0 chance.
God.
No chance.
We don't have to do that.
Well, I mean, you have no chance.
I'm gonna sit there and watch.
You can watch the Sixers.
Days of Our Lives.
No,
I'd
Days
rather
is on
watch the
Peacock.
Flyers right now.
No, you got to watch
Tough loss yesterday, by the way.
GH first, then Young and the rest.
Ugly loss yesterday.
That was ugly.
For the
That was,
orange
no,
and
that was a
black.
bad loss.
Yeah, ugly.
No, ugly.
All right, coming up next, quick Phillies discussion after another report about a potential movable piece, please. I also have trivia. John versus Connor for the rest of the show. Connor's on a 2-game winning streak, but I believe John will be a major favorite today. I'll explain more coming up next. Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
First matchup with Washington. I'm Connor Thomas, and it's hard to believe, but we're just seeing the Eagles take on the Commanders for the first time this season tomorrow. Jalen Carter and Lane Johnson are both out again for the game, but this is still a big one for the Birds. They could clinch the NFC East with a victory. Nick Sirianni met with the media yesterday, and he talked about not really focusing on what's at stake, but just the game that's in front of them.
It's just the next game right here. You know, we know it's an opportunity to win the division and cross that bridge when we get there, but excited to be able to go out and play football and coach football, you know, get an opportunity for us to get better against a well-respected opponent.
A little bit of weird timing with the Saturday game. Kickoff is at 5 p.m. tomorrow. In other NFL news, the Seahawks took down the Rams in overtime last night, taking over the top seed in the NFC playoff picture. The Flyers fell to the Sabres 5-3 up in Buffalo last night. They are off until tomorrow. The Sixers are back on the court after a long break. They're playing the Knicks at the Garden tonight. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. You can hear that game live right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Fanatic. And don't miss Bram Weinstein joining us at 8:25. Covers the Commanders, voice of the Commanders. He'll tell us about the Washington perspective on tomorrow's matchup. This update is brought to you by Groundworks, your trained and certified experts for basement waterproofing and foundation repair since 1997. Book your free inspection at groundworks.com. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and the best Birds coverage, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Here on Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. Coming up in the 7 o'clock hour, to start the 7 o'clock hour, I am going to start a trivia contest, John versus Connor. John is the heavy favorite. You guys don't even know what it is yet. I don't tell you these things.
Soap opera trivia.
No.
Well, I mean, I would be a heavy favorite.
You would be the heavy favorite in that. I'm going to be an ageist when I set the line.
Okay.
So I'll tell you more about it in the 7 o'clock hour. But I want to get back to some text messages here. But before we get back to our Eagles text, it was reported yesterday by Jeff Passan of ESPN, does a tremendous job covering baseball, that the Phillies will continue to look to trade reliever Matt Strahm. I will celebrate the day. He is no longer with the Phillies. Not that he's been bad. I'm going to make that abundantly clear. The home run at Teoscar Hernandez will drive me up a wall forever. He just drove me nuts. I've always said that to you guys. He does not throw hard enough. It was not explosive. He always got into jams, sometimes got out of them, sometimes did not. He was just a guy that created way too much angst for me for a guy out of the bullpen. And so I would like my blood pressure to be down and my stress levels to be down. So I'm okay with Matt Strahm not being on the Phillies next year, especially after they get Keller to go alongside Duran. You're going to get Alvarado back.
Here's what I'm wondering, though. Are they getting rid of Strahm? Because I do believe he's gone. From all the chatter on the MLB network and everything like that and some of the baseball insiders, I do believe he'll be traded. Are they doing it to just grab a prospect? Or are they doing it to save money? Because trying to pay off the money that they're not going to be able to recover on Nick Castellanos.
I would say the money is more likely than the prospect factor, but I'll also say this. Let's not act like the season ended on positive terms between he and the organization. When he's going on social media defending Orion Kirkering because we as a team didn't practice the ground ball drills. And then Dave Dombrowski goes, yeah, no, we did. And he didn't.
And Philly media was able to prove Matt Strahm to be, I'm not going to use the term liar because I don't know Matt Strahm to have had the intention of being a liar.
Sure.
Matt Strahm was absolutely wrong, completely wrong, and his statement was false.
Yeah, like what?
His statement was false.
Imagine
so why was
your
he doing
work,
it?
right?
Yes.
You're let's say your company's struggling and you're walking around saying it's because of this, and they're like, well, that's incorrect. Stop,
and everybody
pipe
else has
down.
known. Wasn't true.
So Strahm's talking about how Orion made that bad throw because of the team, and so look at how they're trying to begging is the word. Trying to get rid of Nick Castellanos because they believe Castellanos did Thompson wrong. I imagine the same could be said about Strahm on a lesser version.
And I will gladly say it again, that when you tell everybody you want to trade somebody, much like last year with Alec Boehm, and you did it again with Nick Castellanos, it's a shocker. Nobody wants to trade for them. Because when you tell someone you got to get rid of them, again, Dave Dombrowski is a general manager or president that is running a team.
John.
He's running a team like he's running it on Facebook Marketplace. He's running it like your boomer dad selling something on Facebook Marketplace.
Well, for Nick, yes. We haven't heard anything from the organization saying we want to trade Matt Strahm. Like, they haven't said that. These are reports coming out from insiders.
No, I'm talking about the Castellanos thing, then off of last year's Alec Boehm thing. He telegraphs every single move.
Well, he telegraphs those moves, but you can't say every single move when I just said they've said nothing about trading Matt Strahm.
I'm just going to guess that these reporters, like Jeff Passan, may have a
I think they know.
I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying it's not Dombrowski saying it to a microphone.
But he telegraphs everything. It's just he has handled things so poorly.
Here's what I don't get, Andrew. I need you to explain this to me. Like, why are you so excited about the Matt Strahm potential trade? Because this dude,
for my own, I literally told you for my own personal blood pressure.
Okay, well,
I said he's been good.
Yeah, he pitched to a 3.29, making 10 starts in his first year in 23. He pitched to a 1.87 ERA in 2024 and a 2.74 last year.
Yeah.
Like, he's been really good.
What did he do? What did he do in 2024 and 2025 when we needed him to do it?
Now, look, he was good. He was good. And then Teoscar Hernandez hit a home run.
And he pooped himself in 2024.
You're a big Strahm guy. You love Strahm.
He can't.
Dude, the numbers, like, just look at what he's pitched to ERA-wise. He was an all-star 2 years ago. I mean, the guy's been really good here.
This is like the Dave Dombrowski press conference I'm hearing again.
I will continue to stand by it. If Jose Alvarado is not suspended, he's pitching to Teoscar Hernandez in that spot. They would value Alvarado more than Match.
But the fact that this guy gets your blood pressure up, you're letting the Phillies off the hook because they're doing this move to cut out of the vested contract that they were getting into because of what he did this past year. They want to cut their salary down to where it was last year payroll-wise. And that's ridiculous. Like, I'm
not cutting them slack. They just paid 2 years, $22 million to one of the better relievers on the market.
Right, and now they're going to cut another good reliever from the team that could be a valuable piece of this bullpen because they want to get their payroll down to that number, which I think is ridiculous.
I think they know.
Or they value, hey, look at what we have from Tanner Banks at his money. And that we can get this money back for Strahm to then use somewhere else. I don't know if it's just to get under attack.
Let's hope that. But Connor, your suspicion is very valid. Like that might be why they're doing it. But the problem is that we know who Strahm is when the pressure's on. He's gopher ball.
Right.
We know it. We know he's a choker.
You don't have
when
to
it is.
throw him in high leverage anymore. But to have that guy as a 6th or 7th inning guy,
But we
I
don't-
would love that.
I'm telling you this,
but what if you can get
a tie
someone for him?
playoff game, a tie postseason game on the road, I don't know that he's going to come
Then
through.
don't throw him in those spots. You have 3 other guys that are better. But removing
Then I
a
don't
good
want
pitcher,
him.
you
I
get him-
don't want him. If you're saying to me, I can't use him in a playoff game that's like tied in the 6th or 7th inning. I don't want him.
What is he getting paid? Is
What-
he,
like,
is
I don't
he
want
eight,
him.
8 mil?
7 million something.
7 million.
I don't want him.
What
then.
if you could? You're saying, look, you don't pitch him in this situation, that situation. What if you can get somebody that's more beneficial to you for whatever money you free up?
I mean, listen, you're not going to get it.
They're penny pinching right now, right? Like
Yeah.
we all agree. Like there's not much money for the Phillies right now.
Unless you take a significant gamble based on the reliever market so far this offseason, you're not getting Matt Strahm for the amount that you're paying Matt Strahm right now. So you're just dumping that guy to cut down salary and trying to tell us, hey, you're a World Series contender, which this is not a World Series contending move.
Did you see Dan Orlovsky chimed in on our
I
video?
have. You're listening to 97.5 The Fanatic, WPEN, HD1 Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studio, powering possibilities. People have called me a football guy.
What? Who? Who's calling you?
I was at Yards, and they were all drunk.
Myself, when I was looking in the mirror, I said, "You are a football
that
guy."
That sweater's a fine sweater. I'll tell you that.
Go ahead. What did
Dan
Danny
Orlovsky chimed in on our video, from this morning about the Rams, and he said the Rams are in a tier all by themselves in a response to ours. And a lot of people are responding to him. And I said, except when they play the first place teams, where they lose like every time, or the Eagles, like every time. Like every time when they play the Eagles, they're in it by themselves. And then people are now getting him saying, here's the score of the Eagles game, that if Seattle doesn't miss a field goal, they beat them both times this year. And Seattle turns the ball over 7 times against the Rams, and they almost beat them twice. It's just, look, I get
they have
it.
had impressive wins.
He loves, look, it is important
It's
to
not
note.
like the Rams have played the Niners schedule this year.
But it's important to note that Dan Orlovsky is, and look, I'm with him on this, that Dan Orlovsky is very, very tight with Matthew Stafford. They were teammates. They are very good friends, and he's very big on Matthew Stafford, as I am.
So you're thinking it's a pro Stafford?
Well, it is, because he's a huge him and Matt are very tight.
I think we're
And,
just two football guys
and very,
on-
very well
on the
teammates.
same page.
And very, very good dude. It's good. And by the way, I'm huge Stafford. Stafford's the MVP. Yeah. And it shouldn't even be discussed otherwise. Matthew Stafford isn't losing to Atlanta and Miami and putting up 19 against Houston. He's not.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford is the MVP. Stop talking to me about wanting to just send another one to Josh Allen. Stop.
Oh, well, it fits the
Stop.
narrative.
Josh Allen, with a terrible schedule, already has 4 losses. Terrible schedule to play. Easy schedule like the 49ers, one of the easiest schedules in football, already has 4 losses.
All right, I'm going to put you guys to the test. But again, due to ageism, I believe John Kincade is a monster favorite in this contest.
Okay.
So the Philadelphia Eagles can accomplish something that has not been accomplished for 21 years tomorrow. If they are to beat the Washington Commanders, or if the Cowboys lose Sunday, right? Is that also how it works?
Yes.
Yes, the magic
Or
number
if
is
they
1.
both tie.
Magic number is 1. So
The
there it
Eagles
is.
could clinch the NFC East this weekend. And it would be the first time in 21 years that the Eagles, or that a team, in the NFC East have won back-to-back division titles.
Wow, that's amazing.
So I have 2004 trivia for you guys.
Oh, my gosh.
Now, this is why John's the heavy favorite.
Why?
Well,
Connor's a very, very skilled football guy.
I was also 8.
Oh, no, this isn't
And
just
it's just
no,
general.
this is
Oh,
world.
it's
this
the
is just
year?
football, man. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the
Okay, that's good.
year around the world, man. We're going back.
Well, then Connor is one that, you were 8. So
Yes.
I'm expecting you. But Connor was probably, I would imagine this. Connor at 8 was much more aware of things in life than I was.
I wouldn't take that bet.
Connor, you're smarter than I am.
So-
I give you you're a smart guy. Connor's
So
a
I
smart
have
guy.
some November 2004 specific, because I found out by going back that was when the Eagles clinched the division in 2004 in the month of November. By the way, you can't have paywall articles from something that's 21 years old.
Oh, no, they can. In an industry,
It's so stupid.
In an industry that's dying, yes, they can.
I wanted to read the game write-up on the Washington Post because that was the first one that popped up. I was like, you know what? Let me read. What were they saying? Paywall, $2.99. I'm like, no, this article's about a game 21 years ago.
Got to make that money.
21 years ago? Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, they still have a paywall on it.
cash, homie.
So
Oh, my
I have
gosh.
2004 trivia that I'm going to throw your guys' way throughout the course of the show.
Of the year 2004.
Of the year 2004. So I'll start with this one. 33 million people watched the final episode of this series in May of 2004. It was broadcasted on NBC.
I know it wasn't Friends because Friends finale was in the winter.
Seinfeld.
Incorrect.
Okay.
No.
You might as well take a guess.
I'm going to go Frasier.
It is Frasier. Congratulations. You're up 1-0.
Connor, you don't know how close I came to giving your answer.
Yeah, I mean, I just
I
took a
came to
shot.
giving your answer, and then when you said that, I then went to Frasier.
So these are the random
Which,
things
by the
that I
way,
have.
Frasier, good trivia question in a bar if you're ever at trivia night. One of the shows that lasted longer than the show it spun off of.
Which
Was
was
that right?
Cheers.
Frasier spun off of Cheers, and Frasier had more seasons than Cheers.
All right.
By the way, Dallas and Knots Landing. Knots Landing lasted longer than Dallas.
Well, you're up 1-0. You're the heavy favorite.
Connor, you jumping in there saved me, though, because that would have been my answer.
I got you. That's what I'm here for.
All right, coming up next, Eagles need to handle their business tomorrow first, but then we have another monster game to watch Saturday night.
Ooh.
And John has his eyes set on a seed in the NFC. It's Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5.
7 a.m. hour is brought to you by the BetParks online casino and sportsbook app. Live bet sports on the BetParks app. Play all your favorite casino games. There's always another way to win on the BetParks online casino and sportsbook. Got to be 21 in Pennsylvania, Jersey, or Maryland. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right, Eagles look to snap the 21-year streak where there has not been back-to-back division champs in the NFC East. So I'm throwing 2004 trivia toward Connor and John throughout the course of the show. Of course, you can play at home.
And you threw it to me where, remember, Connor was 8.
Yeah, so that's why you are the heavy favorite due to ageism.
Yeah.
So how about I go November specific?
Okay, so in November of that year. Okay, 2004.
Who beat who to be the president of the United States?
George
Bush over Kerry.
H.W. Bush.
Over Kerry. John Kerry.
Correct, because it was George W.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Bush over
Oh,
Kerry.
yeah. I guess it was.
that was 88.
H was in the
88
was the
was
first
88
one.
was,
All right, so John Kincade up 2-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Kerry, who used the money of our former senator here to run for president.
Is that right?
Yeah, John Hides used that money.
Bro, I was 10 years away from being able to vote.
Yeah,
Well, Connor, Connor, all I'm going to tell
you
you is
would have been a
this.
swing vote.
All I'm going to tell you is this. Andrew set this one up for me to make me feel better after last week's ass kicking. But I would just tell you is that I can't help it if you were a freaking unaware little 8-year-old.
By the way,
My second guess was Lincoln.
It's still early.
And I also
There are some.
maybe like there might be kitty
some
questions. There could be movies and
Don't
kitty.
worry.
But I'm going to tell
I know how to even the score. I'm like an official. What's the ref in the NBA that they call in to?
Why am I not remembering? I was Scott Foster.
Yeah,
the
I'll-
extender.
Scott Foster.
Yeah, I'll be Scott Foster.
But
you
I
know.
can also.
I'll make it a game 7. Don't you worry.
But Connor, it's funny. Did you just say Connor was smarter than you? And I said, yeah, and I've said that before.
Connor's a bright man.
I think Connor is absolutely
Not with sports.
brighter. Now the thing is,
That's weird things,
There
though.
are things that I am more knowledgeable than Connor on, but Connor is one of the smartest people that I know.
Oh, I appreciate that. That's very kind.
No, but I think you.
Nobody's ever
you
said
know.
that about
You know,
me.
I wouldn't. But look,
You'd think
too,
you'd listen to me more.
No, you know that I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it.
I know.
So I mean, it's like I
appreciate
wouldn't
that.
say it if I didn't mean it. So yes,
Well,
Connor's
would
smart.
you say it if you didn't mean it that the Eagles still have a chance at the 2nd seed, John Kincade?
No, I'm meaning
That
it.
for a transition.
That's really good. Look, we're not mailing it in going into the holidays. We're going in strong, baby. No, I'm going to tell you that here's what we want to happen. Here's what your rooting guide is. Tomorrow, Eagles clinch the playoff berth in the 3 seed. Okay? So they get the win. They're going to be the 3 seed. So that's what you're going to do. And then tomorrow night, you're going to sit back. What's it going to be? A little cognac tomorrow night? A little cognac, maybe.
You think I'm going cognac tomorrow?
I don't know. I don't know what you do on
I think I've had cognac once in my life.
Really? It's going
Yeah.
to scorch your throat if you do.
No,
no
I-
scotch? No scotch?
No, I'll make myself an old fashioned.
Okay, an old fashioned. Okay,
Yeah.
Connor, what are you drinking tomorrow night? Beer?
Yeah,
You gonna be
I
out?
don't know.
Yeah, gonna be out?
Depends
Okay.
where the wind takes
So wherever you're watching Bears Packers tomorrow night, I am telling you right now, it is dun, 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 go Pack go. We want the Packers. The Bears win. The dream is over, I believe, of the 2 seed
Okay.
because you don't hold the tiebreaker with them. The Bears will be at 11 wins. We'll be at 11. We will be at 11 wins. The Bears will be at 11 wins. We'll be at 10 wins. We will be 1 back with 2 to play, but it's really 1.5. I think the dream is done. So you do not want the Bears to win. You want the Bears to lose if you want to keep this dream alive. What we also need to happen is we need the Ravens to stay active and alive because the Ravens play the Packers the week after.
Let's go Ravens.
Okay.
No.
My
So-
Ravens.
Okay, so you need the Ravens to win this weekend, and then you need the Ravens to be highly motivated to beat the Packers the next week. So you're going to need that. But tomorrow night, you are absolutely rooting for the Pack. It is go, Pack, go after the Eagles win. Because if the Bears win, I'm telling you right now, the dream of the 2 seed is over.
Counterpoint.
There is no 1 seed, by the way. The one seed's done.
Yeah, that's done.
Like anybody telling you the one seed's done. It's finished.
Counterpoint.
Yes.
The Philadelphia Eagles played a long-ass season last year going to the Super Bowl. They have been run down this
Right.
year. Would it be better for the team to be locked into the 3 seed to rest
And just get
Yes.
the
than
week 18
contend
bye?
for the 2 seed? So would it be better to root for the Bears to lock it up?
No, okay. That's not a bad point.
I don't know that I believe
see,
that.
This is some of that smartness seeping through.
Wow.
This is where the smartness every once in a while shows itself. Usually not in Phillies conversation. Connor, you may make a good point there because I'm telling you this: if the Eagles clinch the 3 seed on Monday, I'll give you a little preview right now. My point of view is I don't give a damn about the Bills game. Not at all. I don't care about the last 2. I will take the Eagles being the 3 seed, let the chips fall where they may, and get this team as healthy as possible the last 2 weeks.
Question, because we always have to play every single situation. What if they clinch the NFC East because the Cowboys lose and the Eagles don't win? Then you got to see.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna need to see them play against Buffalo.
How about this? I have not. That's how stupid I am. See, this is where Connor's smartness and my stupidness.
So my
come through.
smartness goes up a little bit.
Residual
bit.
smartness
A
for
little
my
bit.
smartness.
Look, I'm another year older, wisdom-wise.
Notice
today,
I haven't
all
said he's smarter than me. Now, what I'm going to say is that I'm going to say to you that I didn't even give that a possibility.
I also wonder, to Connor's point, not just the rest factor. If you're the 2 seed, I think you're going to play an NFC North team.
No, you're going to. The NFC North team's going to be the 2 team.
Who do you fear more, Niners or Packers, Bears, Lions?
Well, it's going to the 2
If you're
seed.
the 3 seed, you're playing the Niners most likely.
The 1 seed is going to be somebody from the NFC West. They're 2 games up.
No, but in the first round, as the 2 seed, you'd be playing.
Oh
the
yeah,
7
you're going to
seed.
play that. You're going to play them. You're going to play somebody from the West, though, most likely. The way
No,
it
if you're the
looks.
2 seed, you'd probably be playing somebody from the North, right? Because the Packers
Yes.
are the
Oh
7
no.
seed.
You're going to play. Yeah.
So
if you're-
that's another question. Not that Sirianni is going to think about this
I would
stuff,
love
but
to. I don't fear anyone coming in here. Well, how about this way? I do have a healthy fear of some teams, but I think they will survive the first game at.
by the way,
in South Philly.
Bears lose tomorrow.
They could miss.
They could miss the playoffs.
They could because
I've been mentioning this a couple of weeks now because the Lions are 8-6, so they're 2 games back of the Bears. They play each other in Week 18. Lions have the Steelers, then the Vikings, and remember they need revenge against the Vikings from earlier this year. Bears have Green Bay tomorrow and then San Francisco. The Bears could still miss the playoffs.
they could.
Something to just
no,
keep an
no,
eye
they
on.
have the Bears at 49ers, then the Lions.
Yeah. Week 18
No, then
could be,
home with the Lions.
Week 18
but the
could be for
Lions
the
could be
final
playing to get
wildcard
in.
spot, yeah.
Lions might be playing to get in.
All right, coming up next, are the Eagles getting hot at the right time? Can you say that after one win? Hear from Saquon Barkley next. Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
I love the BetParks app, and it is going to be active, absolutely active, all weekend long. I love it. I love the BetParks app. Now, tonight, it's a little birthday dinner out tonight for Liv, so I may be a little late getting to the game tonight between Oklahoma and Alabama. But when I do, I can enter the game, and I can enter with live betting as the game's going along. As I told you, I don't think Alabama's offense is going to do great things against Oklahoma's defense. So I might be thinking unders tonight in that game. Birds, 6.5-point road favorites tomorrow at Washington. I am leaning towards laying the points tomorrow. And the over-under total is 44 for tomorrow. But do you know what? With the BetParks online sportsbook and casino, you can use their double the spread option on one select pro football game every single weekend. Check the BetParks app every single Friday afternoon. Maybe it's the Birds game that you want to go to on that. And you can bet more than the score. You can bet Birds players' touchdown scorers. You can bet individual player performances for passing, rushing, and much, much more. Plus, BetParks has a great holiday offer for new users. Get $50 casino bonus on the new game Huff and Lots of Puff, plus up to $1,000 in casino bonus back if you're down in your first 24 hours. You got to be 21 and in Pennsylvania, Jersey, or Michigan. I love the BetParks app, so it's a perfect weekend for you to get involved. Should you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Birds looking to clinch. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Eagles have reached the eve of their matchup with the Commanders down in Washington. No Jalen Carter or Lane Johnson for tomorrow's game. They're both already listed as out per the most recent injury report. But it's still a big game because the Birds are looking to clinch the NFC East, that is, with a victory. Nick Sirianni met with the media yesterday, and he talked about the faith that they have in their game plan heading down to Washington.
There's some different ways we want to attack. We know that we have to adjust as the game goes on. So there's going to be multiple different ways we try to attack, but we feel good about the plan going in, but we're going to have to adjust, and the guys will have to execute.
Kickoff is at 5 p.m. tomorrow. In other NFL news, the Seahawks took down the Rams in overtime last night, taking over the top seed in the NFC playoff picture. Flyers lost to the Sabres 5-3 in Buffalo last night. They're off till tomorrow. Sixers are back on the court tonight against the New York Knicks up at Madison Square Garden. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. You can hear that game live right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. We'll talk to Bram Weinstein coming up at 8:25, voice of the Commanders. He'll tell us about the Washington perspective of tomorrow's big NFC showdown. This update is brought to you by Electrical Workers Local 269, the Electrical Training Alliance, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 269, NECA, and the Electrical Training Alliance can offer a career with no college debt. To learn more, go to IBEW269.com. And also brought to you by Bradford White. When you need a new water heater, choose one that's built to be the best. Choose Bradford White. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and the best Birds coverage. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
My name's Andrew Salciunas, and I apologize because I forgot to promote what's been an absolute blast all week long. So I'll wait a little bit longer. I'll go to like 7:33. So 5 minutes from now will be Name That Caroler. Today's the final day of it. It's been a lot of fun all week long. We've had different members of the Fanatic sing Christmas carols, and you have been the people calling in to try to tell us who the caroler is.
It's been a lot of fun.
We've only gotten one wrong answer all week long.
We had a bunch of wrong answers yesterday. We had three wrong answers yesterday.
The duo messed people up.
Yes.
That's right. But it's been a lot of fun. We give away Sixers tickets, Flyers Suite tickets, and we have the grand prize as well to couple with these Sixers or Flyers tickets, whichever one you have won, and have a chance to still win twice today, the $100 gift card to the Harvest Seasonal Grill and Wine Bar. So we'll do that in a couple more minutes. In about 4 minutes, we will do Name That Caroler. Final day of it, part 1. We will do one at 8:40 today as well, usually 8:30. But we have Bram Weinstein on, the voice of the Commanders. He'll be joining us at 8:25.
And I've been getting a lot of hate mail and hate emails and harassment from some people because of how I was with Bram on his broadcast previewing this game down in Washington.
Well,
man, spiking the football much. Yeah, if it hadn't been our quarterback injured, boy, you're really cocky.
Yeah, they keep on forgetting the 2-6
2-6.
record
That's what I
with
said.
Jaden Daniels.
What are you talking about?
Also,
yeah.
real quick to all of you, kick rocks down there in Washington, because the crap that you threw our way when Jalen Hurts got concussed on a cheap shot, and we ended up winning the Super Bowl anyway. It's still, you're complaining because Jalen Hurts wasn't in. We're going to beat you in the NFC Championship game, and now we can't do it to you.
They didn't even show up to
all
the
of
NFC
you.
Championship game.
Grow up, Washington.
Right. It's a Football Friday, presented to us by our friends at Norristown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, driving great deals at the fall sales event, Norristown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, and get wicked good deals all month long on a Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram. Visit NorristownChryslerDodge.com. The great Tim McManus spoke with Saquon Barkley earlier this week. And he asked him about sort of their chances of the playoffs, and, of course, letting him know that if they win Saturday, tomorrow, they snap the 21-year streak.
Which we can stop hearing about.
Right, which would be nice. It is crazy, but
I would love not hearing about it.
So Saquon spoke on it, saying, quote, being in this division for the last 8 years, because remember he played for the Giants, we know how tough it is. So to do something that hasn't been done in 20 years is pretty cool. But that can't be the focus. Obviously, that's the goal. The focus has to be on little things. We put ourselves in position to do it. Now we have to go take advantage of it. I think we're super close to starting to play our best football, and that's important. Everyone gets caught up in how well teams are playing in the first 5 games, the first half of the season. None of that matters. Obviously, it does matter because you have to give yourself a chance to compete your playoffs, so he's contradicting himself, and compete to win your division. But if you look at some of the teams that there were guys or the teams halfway through the year, they're falling off. It's a long season. It's hard. Everything that we want is still out in front of us, and we can finish the season the way we want to. It's just the next game, and we know it's an opportunity to win the division. And as my dad used to always say, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. That was Sirianni, the last line there. But Saquon Barkley's sort of talking about how we're really close. I need to see more before I start saying the offense is here. And I don't think that's unfair, right?
It's not unfair.
I liked the things they tried doing against the Chargers. It didn't necessarily work out. It looked much better this past Sunday against the Raiders. Can you say that you're like clicking at the right time after one win when you snapped a 3-game losing streak, or in this case, if they win tomorrow, a 2-game winning streak against these teams?
Well, wait a minute. I mean, yes, you can say that you can't read too much into it. Like, you can't be spiking the football and saying everything's great. Now we're awesome. Now we're ready to win a Super Bowl. But you absolutely can say, yeah, because then it's a constant moving of the goalposts. Yes. Every team gets to play crappy teams. Every team gets to build their stats up against bad teams. Every one of these teams that has great offensive stats has gotten to play crappy teams. So, yes, you can do that.
Okay.
No question. Yes, every team plays bad teams.
I think that's fair. Here's what I'll say where I'm at. Even with the Buffalo game, because their defense has been suspect this year, the most I can get to before the postseason with the Eagles offense is 50-50. as to whether or not they're going to go out and have like a competent game plan.
Okay.
And you're heading into the postseason, in my opinion, with a coin flip offense, regardless of what we see through these final 3 weeks. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe crap. So I don't know. Does that give you enough confidence to think they're going to win it all or go to the Super Bowl? To me, it doesn't. But is that a fair evaluation of how you feel about the offense right now? Kind of a coin flip when they play a playoff opponent?
I see. Boy, Connor's smarter than.
But with the,
You're in a little bit of a
I don't know
run.
if the offense is coin flip worthy for me.
You think they're below 50-50?
Yeah.
Like you're more likely seeing a lesser performance out of them.
That's what I've gotten this year.
Okay.
10 of 14 games.
I cannot say that you are. There's no way that I would say with this team's championship pedigree and everything like that that it would be more than likely that I'm going to get a crappy performance. But I can absolutely understand Andrew's trepidation, and I would say 65-35.
Sure.
That
Okay.
there's like a third chance.
Look, the talent's there. So
Yes.
that's why I'm not going to say zero.
But I've also seen them that
they've had 14 games and 10 of them have been bad offensively.
I've also seen them that what I do know is that they tend to rise to the occasion.
That's
right.
totally fair.
Here's what we're going to do. Name that caroler. We're going to do the lower level Sixers tickets for this prize right now. So hear the song, be the fifth caller. If the fifth caller gets it wrong, the next caller will have the chance to win it. So I'll tell you more about the Sixers tickets, but don't call until the song ends. Name that caroler, part 1 of day 5, the final day of it. Go ahead, Connor.
Well, away up north where the air gets cold, there's a tale about Christmas that we've all been told. And a real famous cat all dressed up in red, and he spends the whole year working out of his sled. It's the little Saint Nick, little Saint Nick. It's the little Saint Nick, little Saint Nick. Just a little bobsled, we call it old Saint Nick, but she'll walk a toboggan with a 4-speed stick.
Oh, my God. That was great.
I like the high.
Little I appreciated the effort.
Oh, sure.
Very soft sounding singer. Fifth person to call 610-632-0975. Fifth person, 610-632-0975. Now, this is a tough one. Will win the pair of tickets, lower level tickets for the Sixers-Wizards game Wednesday, January 7th at the Xfinity Mobile Arena. And, of course, if you're a winner, you'll also be in the running for the $100 Harvest Seasonal Grill and Wine Bar gift card. Give the gift of healthy indulgence with a Harvest Seasonal Grill and Wine Bar gift card for everyone on your list. Purchase them online at harvestseasonal.com or pick up in person at any of their 8 convenient locations in PA and New Jersey. What'd you think, John? Before we even get the winner.
That was interesting. that was interesting. I think Nikki may have been howling back at the house. I think Nikki may
By
have
the
been,
way,
been howling.
Dylan McKinnon doing a great job. He's putting all of this together in a YouTube video. All of the songs
I hope that
will
was
be
the
put
lead.
together.
I hope
I
that
think
was
that
the
may-
lead.
yeah, it may.
Let's go to caller 5. Dan in Westchester. Dan, can you name that caroler?
Connor.
No. Wow. Are you offended,
brother.
Connor?
Come on,
All right,
man.
let's go to whoever this is on line 6. If it can you hit up line 6 for me, Connor? I hate this damn phone system. All right, let's try this one. Yeah, my phone. Nick. We got Nick. Nick, can you name that caroler?
Nick. Jeez.
All right, we're not gonna go with Nick. Let's go to Scott. Scott, can you name that caroler?
I'm going to go with Sean Rodman.
That is correct. Good job, Scott. Sean Rodman with a beautiful rendition of Little Saint Nick. I thought that was the Beach Boys themselves.
I thought so. It was one of them at least.
No, 2 of them, because he hit the high note,
Oh, yeah,
too.
true.
I thought it maybe one of them that had passed. It was I didn't know. Sean, that was excellent. Sean, that was
Sounded
really
like
good.
the current Beach Boys.
That was unbelievable.
Good job, Sean.
Shawnee,
Good job. We appreciate everybody's efforts here at 97.5.
Sean,
The Fanatic.
that was really interesting.
So Scott won the pair of lower-level Sixers tickets. 8:40 will be our next Name That Caroler. That'll be for the Sweet tickets, Flyers, Ducks, Tuesday, January 6th. All right, coming up next, we're all going to clean our ears. Make sure they don't hurt as much. Also, how long
Poor
do you
Sean.
wait before
Poor
you...
Sean.
How long do you wait before you bring back some injured players? Or this contest? Nick Sirianni was asked about it. Tim McManus spoke on it. Hear those next. Kincade Salciunas, 97.5, The Fanatic. Absolute success. MBD believes that we found the male Adele in Sean Rodman with his rendition of Little Saint Nick.
John says he just went to check the battery on his smoke detector.
Yeah. Not far off.
He said, I immediately went to check the batteries
Now,
on my
Sean said
smoke
to us during the
detector.
break, I should have done a song that was more to my pitch.
What pitch? I said, what pitch? We got to find the right pitch.
You know what we should do?
He said, he goes, I bet you're going to get an official complaint filed
noise ordinance?
No, by the
I don't think
by the-
JT Romuto
no,
could call the right pitch.
by the Philadelphia SPCA.
That could be true.
Oh, my God.
Can we get Rodman to record Hertz lines one day? 'Cause he's got like the robotic voice sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would like to do Sean Rodman as Jalen Hurts one day. Can we make that happen?
That sounds like a DNA thing.
All right.
Sean is a great sport and a great part of the
He's the
team.
best. And again, we appreciate everybody at the Fanatic for doing it because that's a very
Yes.
uncomfortable thing. Nobody feels comfortable singing unless you're Connor or if you're Ray when he's really drunk at karaoke.
By the way, watch last night. So I'm out at the comedy night at the Borough in Downingtown. It was absolutely awesome. DJ Gabe was there, who
up?
does the online reels of the sports radio caller
Yeah, he's
here in
hilarious.
Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You never know. He may be popping on at some point. You may hear him here.
How about that?
He was excellent. And he did a great job of the stand-up. But they were like, hey, next open mic night, would you like to pick up? And I'm like,
do it?
The fear of getting up there and trying. Oh, my
Yeah,
gosh.
no, it sounds
That
terrifying.
fear. It's awful.
You should let us write your jokes for you. Then you could do it.
No, I think they want him to sing.
No, it's fear. No, get up and do a few minutes of stand-up.
Oh.
Would you want to do it? The fear of that? Oh, my gosh.
I'm out.
Brutal.
All right. The Eagles have two key players that have been out due to injury. We know that Lane Johnson's been out with the Liz Frank injury, and Jalen Carter had the double shoulder procedure, not surgery, the double shoulder procedure. And timeline, I saw something that Jalen Carter could be back week 18. Question is, are they even playing their starters week 18? I was listening to Unfiltered yesterday, and somebody made the point maybe you bring back Jalen Carter for at least a week just to get his sea legs back underneath him. Like it's a tough decision to make. Lane Johnson is a guy that I think can wake up and play football. Like I don't think he needs to
Correct.
have a get right game or a game just to get some snaps. I think he could just not play the rest of the season if they didn't need him to. And he could be fine in the first round of the playoffs. So here was Nick Sirianni yesterday being asked about when to bring back some of these players from injury.
We'll see where we are. We still get a little time to see what's going on this week. So we'll see what happens. Every case you think through differently, individually, and you never put anything past Lane. But at the end of the day, we'll do what's best for Lane and what the doctors feel like is best for Lane of, when he plays and everything like that.
And so if the doctors say he's good to go tomorrow or he's good to go against Buffalo, I'd still look at the situation before I go, okay, the doctor says he's good to go, so let's play him.
No.
I would still hesitate.
No, not now. Well, I mean, I'm not. I'm not playing him. I'm not. Lane will next take the field. I'm telling you right now, they win tomorrow, Lane next takes the field wild card weekend.
Yeah. I'd be fine with that.
And I would absolutely tell you right now that Cam Jurgens next takes the field wild card weekend.
If they win Saturday.
Brett Toth,
They get your snaps.
you will be getting the snaps for the next 2 weeks. You'll be playing.
Now,
I'm resting people.
the only concern is
what?
Then when do you take Jalen out?
Yeah.
Because you don't want all of a sudden Jalen playing behind, the second string line. Even though he has a lot this year. He has. But if you're going to start sitting linemen, then you got to think about sitting the quarterback.
Again, I don't want to give away Monday, but if they win and they clinch the 3 seed, I'm telling you right now, I don't give one flip about this Buffalo game.
So
Not one.
Let's say you're sitting Lane, Cam, and then you go, you know what, Landon?
Oh no, well then
Hurts is out.
Then Hurts, you're done.
I
You're
can't wait for the Tanner McKee 700 yards in the final 2 weeks of this season.
Oh,
No, I absolutely couldn't care about that Buffalo game at all. And people be like, that's terrible. What a loser mentality. Yep, that's it. No, it's a winner's mentality because I know that I have no shot unless my team is healthy and ready to go. I got one home game and a potential for a second.
Got to win Saturday first.
Got to win. Yeah,
gotta win Saturday
win
first.
Saturday night, and then I sit back. I'm not going to have the cognac, by the way. I'm not going to have the scotch.
Now let me ask you this.
Tanqueray
and then you'll hear
tonic,
Tim McManus spoke on Unfiltered yesterday about how careful they should be with the injuries. Just to get it on the record, because
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
I'm not that far off from you, man. Like if they win Saturday,
I'm shutting it down. I'm shutting it down. I don't care from that point on. Done.
But what if they lose, Cowboys lose, they win the division, but they lost to the Commanders. And let's say the offense was suspect again.
We will absolutely
You're playing Buffalo,
revisit.
right? We're all on the same page.
No, we'll revisit.
Yeah. This all hinges on winning tomorrow.
No, winning.
Yeah.
And by the way, I am absolutely assuming a victory. So I am.
My stomach just made a noise.
It did.
That was your crumb cake that you got me,
the-
or whatever,
the-
coffee cake.
The coffee cake.
That was delicious.
By the way, that roll is great. The Wawa, happy Wawa days. The cinnamon roll. I guess that's the cinnamon roll.
Freaking
Coffee
delicious.
roll.
Thank you for that.
That was great. Happy birthday.
All right, here was Tim McManus yesterday on Unfiltered, having to be smart with the injured players.
They kind of get into that gray area potentially if they end up locking up a division as they expect to with this Commanders game and a win this week. And then, all right, what do they have on the line? I think the best answer is they have to play it smart, especially you're talking about Lane Johnson and a Lisfranc. You don't want him to get back on the field, re-injure himself, and then you don't have him for the playoffs. And the same obviously applies to Carter, who's been dealing with those shoulder injuries really all season long. So I think they are taking the long view. I mean, if they're ready to go and they're still, seed jockeying that you can do. I mean, potentially they can get up to the number 2 seed. Then you play them if they're ready. But you obviously, if there's any kind of question mark about it, then you err on the side of caution.
Yeah, I would be very cautious. Look.
No, I'm shutting it down.
What's the most important other than Jalen Hurts? What's the most important area of this team?
The offensive
line.
And I am absolutely shutting it down.
And I know that one's already out because of injury, and I know that 2 are dealing with injuries.
There we go.
In Cam Jurgens and Landon Dickerson. So 3 fifths of my offensive line is banked. Yes, that's a first. First time this morning.
No, it's like really we don't tend to find where
it's a Christmas miracle.
Where it is.
Hang the banner, boys.
It is. We're all on the same page on this. Shut it down, baby.
Coming up next, our topic this morning is whether or not the Eagles are on the same tier as the 2 teams we watched last night. Well, John has been reading what Rams reporters are saying about their team.
I got 2 more that are great.
So we'll hear that coming up next. We want to hear from you as well. Are the Eagles on the same tier as the Seahawks and Rams? Is there a team that's ahead of the other 2? You name it. 610-632-0975. Check our text line. I have more 2004 trivia. I got to see if Connor can even the score. I like your chances in the next segments. Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
One game at a time. I'm Connor Thomas, and that's how the Eagles are approaching things as they prepare for their matchup with Washington tomorrow down there. First game against the Commanders this year. No Jalen Carter or Lane Johnson again for this one, but this is still a huge game. The Eagles can clinch the NFC East with the victory. So Nick Sirianni was asked about it, and he said, well, we're just focused on the game in front of us.
It's just the next game right here. We know it's an opportunity to win the division and cross that bridge when we get there, but excited to be able to go out and play football and coach football, get an opportunity for us to get better against a well-respected opponent.
Kickoff is at 5 p.m. tomorrow, so we'll see if the Eagles can lock up the division for the 2nd straight year. In other NFL news, the Seahawks took down the Rams in overtime last night, taking over the top seed in the NFC playoff picture. Flyers fell to the Buffalo Sabres last night, 5-3 on the road. They're off until tomorrow. Sixers are back on the court tonight against the Knicks up at the Garden. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. You can hear that game live right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. And Bram Weinstein's going to join us coming up at 8:25 for the Washington perspective on the big game tomorrow. This update is brought to you by Groundworks, your trained and certified experts for basement waterproofing and foundation repair since 1997. Book your free inspection at groundworks.com. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and the best birds coverage, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
It is 7:55 here on Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. We have today's headlines with Connor Thomas coming up at 8:10. Bram Weinstein, the voice of the Commanders, will be joining us at 8:25. Is this their Super Bowl coming up tomorrow?
He may bristle.
Yeah, he might.
I love it.
And then Name That Caroler, the final Name That Caroler of the week. It's been a really fun week. Comes your way at 8:40. Now, real quick before John reads the L.A. Times
these are
or
great.
whatever the LA headlines. We're playing 2004 trivia today. The reason why, if the Eagles win tomorrow or if they lose and the Cowboys lose Sunday, the Eagles will win the division title. It'll be the first time in 21 years where we have back-to-back division winners in the NFC East. The last, of course, was in November of 2004 when the Eagles, I believe, beat the Giants to clinch the division, starting the season 10-1. Of course, that was the year they go to the Super Bowl. So I have two more questions for you. Can Connor even the score? It's 2-0 John. And John's the heavy favorite because of ageism.
Well, exactly. I mean, seriously, Connor was 8.
All right.
So I got a huge edge here.
Let's see if Connor can even the score. I'm going to give you two questions. Question number 1 to start this segment. The third of a total of 8 movies in this series was released in May 31st of 2004. It's the third movie in a series of 8 that was released.
I'll let you guess first, John, because I know you don't have this one.
Okay, there were 8 of
You
these
might as well do.
movies.
You're down 2-0.
Fine, Harry Potter.
Yes, which one?
The third one would be The Prisoner of Azkaban.
That is correct. All right.
Yeah, I would never
So
have
2-1.
I would never.
Like I said, Scott Foss is running the
I
show
would
here.
never have gotten that one. And you even know the order of the Harry Potter
Oh,
movies?
yeah. I read all the books growing up,
So
seen all the
you would
movies.
even know the order?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah,
I'd run it
absolutely.
down.
Okay, absolutely. So this is definitely that worked in your favor.
Now this one may actually not be in favor of Connor. We'll see.
Okay.
In November, so the month the Eagles clinched the division.
Okay, this was
In November of 2004,
All right.
this video game was released, and for about 20 years, it was the number 1 most subscribed internet game in the world for a 20-year run, and now it's been surpassed by games like Roblox and other games.
Wow. I don't think I guess it's that old. Is it Minecraft?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that old.
And Connor, you just said exactly what I was going to guess because Liv played Minecraft as a kid.
Oh, damn it.
So I don't know.
You guys give up?
I know what it is, but I already guessed, I think.
Yeah, no, you already guessed. You
All
can't
right.
win it.
Yeah, World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
So
I
you
didn't know
had
that.
Craft. Craft was in
World
the
of
name.
Warcraft, is that the one that's like the where they build the walls and they
Yeah, I think. I never
the
played it.
dragons and they shoot the
Yeah.
Okay.
It-
I remember
Number
that.
1 subscribed game for 20 years running.
Okay, so it's 2-1 though.
It is 2-1.
You've closed it in there.
2-1. All right, you're listening to 97.5 The Fanatic, WPEN, WPEN, HD1 Burlington, Philadelphia, Beasley Media Group Station, broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studio, powering possibilities. Connor, give us a text message. Our question today to start the show, after watching last night's game between the Rams and Seahawks, my takeaway was, those two teams are on a tier of their own. John agrees, but the margins razor thin.
It's razor. And I think they can beat either one of those teams. If either one of those teams comes to Philly, they will beat them.
How about big listener of the show, Dan Orlovsky, chimed in saying that the Rams are on a tier of their own. And then I don't know where. Curious, you communicate with him more.
Yes.
Does he have Rams 1 and then it's Eagles Seahawks, or does he have Rams 1?
He has Eagles Seahawks. From watching NFL Live, he has Eagles Seahawks.
Same tier.
Same tier.
But he has Rams by themselves.
And by the way, I think he has a bunch of teams on that tier, and I cannot tell you if there's one of the teams in the North that he doesn't believe in as much, and I can't remember.
Why don't you shoot him a text?
I will. I can't remember if it's Bears or if it's Packers, but I'll see. He's on the air right now.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not doing anything.
But he's on the air right now, but I'll see if I can get an answer.
Speaking of texts, what do we got on the text line when it comes to our topic today?
This texter from Illinois agrees a little bit with Dan Orlovsky. They say Sam Darnold makes the Seahawks pedestrian in the playoffs to me. He blows. Rams their biggest challenge easily. I have Los Angeles on a different tier.
All right. There's a lot of Sam Darnold hate in this city.
He's
not good.
Okay. There is no questions asked that the best quarterback on the field last night
It was Matt Stafford.
was old man Matt Stafford, and he was freaking awesome.
Yeah, he was ridiculous.
Give the man the MVP now and stop all the the nonsense trying to somehow pigeonhole it to.
Come on, it makes for good TV and more and radio if you actually have a debate.
Give it to him.
No, I'm voting for Daniel Jones. You
Give
see
it
what
to
happened
him.
to the Colts since he got
Yeah,
hurt?
you're right.
incredible.
That's if you followed the rule the way that it should be. Yeah, you're right.
It's still him.
By the way, Sam Darnold.
Oh
I didn't even realize this. He only attempted 6 passes in the first half.
In the first half, they did, and
4 of 6, 72 yards.
no, they were keeping it, and the running game really wasn't having any kind of way with it.
And then Kenneth
all hell
Walker
broke
and
loose.
Charbonnet both had a nice second half. All right, tell us,
Okay.
what are they saying in L.A., Johnny?
Okay, this is L.A. So remember, we're talking about the Eagles, right?
Does L.A. hate the media, the teams? LA
Oh, and
media
they
hate the teams?
you know what? They got a lot. They have their own Jeff McClains who hate the media, right? Everybody tries to tell you, Jeff, who doesn't hate the Eagles, that they hate the okay. Mike Sando covers
know
the
Mike
NFC
Sando.
West.
Yep.
Mike Sando covers the NFC West like nobody's business and everything. Okay, here's an interesting one. The Rams defense. It's obvious that one thing they're lacking is a killer instinct. Blowing a 16-point lead at Seattle with 8 minutes to go, after blowing a 19-point lead at Philadelphia with 22 minutes to go. That Rams defense, yes, can the offense carry it and make up for its inability to close out games? That isn't the kind of characteristic that championship teams tend to have.
All right.
So this is the team that everybody's telling me, Eagles can't beat the Rams. There's no way you could beat the Rams. How could you beat the Rams? And I'm like, well, let's see. The 49ers have, the Panthers have, the Eagles have, and now the Seattle Seahawks have. Sam Farmer, who is a Hall of Fame NFL writer covering the LA sports scene.
What does that matter?
The LA Rams are great. Give them the AFC championship. They're 5-0 versus the AFC this year.
How about that?
But in their own conference, they're just above average. 6-4 in conference, with 4 of their losses coming to 3 current division leaders. The Rams look great when they're playing the weaker conference. Against their own conference, they're pretty much a coin flip.
So let me ask you something.
So, no, what I'm saying to you is, this is the team that everybody's saying here in this market. I hear people here saying, can't beat the Rams. Rams are on this just tier of just greatness. That these are people who watch the Rams every day telling you they don't believe in the Rams like we do.
Let me ask you something.
Yes.
Because I have fraud alert antennas all the time, right? And the Colts.
Oh, no,
Even before the Daniel Jones
absolutely.
injury.
No question.
I thought there was fraud watch like 6 weeks ago.
Well, a fraud watch, absolutely.
Fraud watch.
Watch.
Right?
Yes. You weren't saying they were frauds,
No.
but you had them on fraud watch.
Yeah, because the same thing. Look at the teams they beat, and then look at the teams they lost to.
Sure.
Are the Rams are not on my antenna of fraud watch?
Really?
Are they on your? If you had your own antenna of fraud, are they on it?
Fraud is ridiculous to me, and I don't think Sam Farmer is using fraud. But I think what he's saying to you is, look at this team. They are a coin flip when they play in their conference, and when they play good teams in their conference, they're a coin flip, and they lose to the good teams. They lost to the Panthers, who currently are tied at the top of their division. They lost to the Eagles, who currently lead the NFC East. They lost to They lost to Seattle, who currently leads the NFC West, and they lost to the other. There one other loss I can't remember. I just had
Panthers.
Panthers. So I mean, they lost to 3 division leaders, and they lost to the 49ers. When they play good teams, they don't tend to win in their own conference. They're not a dominant team. And so these are guys who cover these teams on a daily basis, and they're saying, this defense isn't that good. And I hear people talking about, well, the Rams defense, it's sort of like the Eagles. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's a completely different animal. I think we're too close to it. I think people here are too close. They're too close to the situation.
Yeah, my worry is not the Eagles' defense; it's the Eagles' offense.
I got you.
And I have not seen them nearly enough to say, yeah, they could be a team that also puts up 37 points against the Rams.
All I'm asking you to do.
33 earlier this
But
year.
here's all I'm saying. I'm not saying to you, and remember, I'm not saying this morning the Eagles are better than the Rams. On the whole body of work for the year, I'm telling you that the Eagles are slightly behind the Rams. What I'm telling you is anybody, and I mean you, or anybody who is telling me the Eagles have no shot to get back to the Super Bowl because of the Rams Here are people who watch the Rams on a daily basis telling you that you're out of your mind to have that opinion. So to me, that's where I'm at. It's just writing the Eagles off is lunacy to me.
All right,
it's just crazy.
What are the people saying on the text line? Give us another text before I give you another 2004 trivia question here.
All right, so we have a bunch of people checking in on this tiered conversation, which is good. We love to hear from the people on this. And Dante and Delco says, I feel, like John says, the Eagles' D could help a playoff run. But offensively, with the eye test the past 6 weeks, the Eagles' offense is at a lower tier than Seattle and L.A.
No question. Who is that? Who is that text?
Dante and Delco.
Dante's smart.
Yeah, that's kind of what
Dante's smart. No,
that's what I kind of feel.
Eagles' offense isn't where their offenses are. No question. But the
their
Eagles'
offense has been bad.
Eagles' defense, though. Come on now. Come on. The Rams' defense is not.
tremendous.
The Eagles' defense. The Rams aren't doing what they did.
I also saw the Eagles go up against a bad defense in Dallas, score 21 points, and then do nothing the rest of the way.
Yeah, and I saw the Eagles against the best offense in the NFL, Dallas, hold them to 22 on average a game.
Yeah.
The best
Fortunately,
offense
they
in the
lost
NFL.
last one.
Yeah, because the offense not scoring enough.
All right, 2004 trivia. Again,
There
if
we
you're
go.
just tuning in,
By the way,
Eagles.
Connor with a strong showing.
It's 2-1.
1
Eagles
point.
Eagles looking to win back-to-back NFC division titles, NFC East division titles. We have not seen that since 2004. So, on August 13th through the 29th, the Summer Olympics were played where?
Summer Olympics. 2004.
That would be in
2004.
Athens, Greece.
Correct. That's why I thought you might get that one with your background.
I had to count back a couple years.
With your Greek
See?
heritage.
There you go.
So
I
we
have that.
We are 2-2.
That's good because I would not have. I'm sitting there racking my brain going, I have no idea.
We are 2-2.
Because Atlanta was what, 99? No,
Atlanta
not
was
2000.
96.
Yes, 96. I have the
96.
I have the
I guess every 4
Lithuania
years.
shirt. Tie-dye shirt.
Went to events every day, covered events. It was an awesome
sure that
experience,
was cool.
and I have watched less than 10 hours of Olympics since being totally immersed in that Olympics.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
That's amazing.
Big year for me at 2.
All right, coming up next, it is today's headlines with Connor Thomas. And I'll tell you now, the next question will be more sports related for 2004 trivia. It is Kincade and Salciunas, 97.5, The Fanatic. Podcast.
We've been friends for 20 years.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we used to do shows together.
I finally met him at Radio Row, which is
Great
really
dude.
cool. Great dude. But I wonder, he knows the in and out of this team. How much are they going to play up for this game, even though their season's dead?
We didn't get into it much the other day because I was in ornery John mode on his show. So let's just say, and I told you at one point.
So maybe he'll fight back.
At one point, he just said, "Why is it that I have you on?" You know, because you're just
curious to get the mindset of the Commanders players, because there is a mindset of, all right, let's just get out of here. But there's also a mindset of, you know what, screw those guys. Like they're the ones that entered our season last year. Let's try to make them pay. So we'll talk to Bram coming up at 8:25. Name that caroler. The final one comes your way around 8:40. It'll be the sweet tickets for the Flyers-Ducks game on January 6th. But it is time now for something we call today's headlines with Connor Thomas.
Today's headlines with the Connor Thomas.
This is brought to us by our friends over at Lundy Law. For over 70 years, Lundy Law has been fighting for injured people. If you need them, like you listened to Sean Rodman's rendition of Little St. Nick earlier, remember the name Lundy Law. Your injury lawyers. Visit LundyLaw.com. That's LundyLaw.com. I want you guys to do something for me. I don't need your answer, but I just want you to think about it. The dumbest possible argument over NFL rules that you've ever heard. Well, we've got a new top of whatever you were thinking based on what Amon-Ra St. Brown said happened in the most recent Lions game. Take a listen to him on his latest podcast episode talking about what the refs told him not to do.
We do it the first drive. Our receiver coach comes do it after the first drive. Hey, man, ref said you guys can't do that no more. I'm like, what the f***?
Really? You can't dig in your nose and flick it? That's crazy.
Why is that bad? I want to know, NFL, why can't I dig in my nose and flick it? Like, there's no way. What is bad about that?
They were doing a booger celebration where they pretended to pick their nose and flick the booger, and the referees told them, nah, you can't do that. You're going to get flagged.
My guess is, I think it's ridiculous, but my guess is, remember the nose swipe?
Yeah.
You cannot.
The nose swipe became a 15-yard penalty this offseason, and we've seen it this year.
They can't put bodily fluids or anything towards another person.
But it's not towards another person.
He didn't direct it. It wasn't a Matumbo finger wag.
It's still. Yes, it is. It's
was
still.
a
You're
booger
flicking.
flip.
You're doing booger flips. You're doing. That's like spitting. It's like anything. No.
Let the guys pick their nose.
No.
Well, why is this what we're officiating in 2025 in the NFL?
Boogers.
I still remember, I think it was 2023 when everything was going to crap. Wasn't it like Jannard Avery got a taunting penalty? And like that was like the most egregious one that I remember. So like I still hate the taunting penalty. I can't stand it.
I just don't get why we're drawing the line at boogers.
I tell you, we got a real problem with people complaining about taunting penalties in this town.
No, we got a real
Just
problem with
stop
taunting
taunting.
penalties.
No,
Just
I
stop
don't-
taunting.
I have a problem with the league. It was 2021, by the way, the Jannard Avery.
Yeah, it's just we've reached the fever pitch of ridiculousness with what you can and can't do in celebration.
Yeah, I agree.
If you want to pick your nose, pick your nose. Now we have someone in
Spoken like a picker.
we have someone in one of the highest offices that may be able to help out with Philadelphia sports. Did you guys see what happened with His Holiness the Pope yesterday?
Yes,
No, what
I
did the
did.
Pope do?
I did see it.
So apparently, a bunch of people from Slovakia had a chance to meet with Pope Leo XIV, and somehow one of them ended up bringing him a custom Flyers jersey that says Pope Leo on the back with the number 14. So I don't know if that's a good sign for the Flyers this season. I imagine it's got to be. And because of that, we've got an update to the Flyers goal horn.
Yes.
So now the holy hockey horn will be a drop that we're going to be using for the rest of the year.
I appreciate that. I was looking up the roster. Nobody from Slovakia.
No, I was doing my research too.
On the roster.
But he is but he is Leo the 14th.
He went to Nova, so maybe they think,
He went to
okay,
Nova.
Philly, we'll get him a Flyers jersey.
But
I don't
he-
know how that happens.
But he's more of a Chicago fan. So
Yeah, but you know,
I don't know.
look, if he wants to jump on the orange and black bandwagon, we need all the help we can get.
Here's the ultimate
All the
question
prayers.
of hockey gatekeeping.
Yes.
Will you gatekeep the Pope?
No, he can do
Yeah,
what he
you know
wants.
what? There's a
But,
lot, dude.
look,
fake hockey
again,
fan.
the other day, the Instagram, time to start paying more attention to the Flyers. No, you guys can't.
Out of your mind.
It drives me nuts. You guys would talk about the Sixers every single day. Yeah, when they were in playoff contention. Do they get much run on the show anymore?
No.
When the Phillies were on a 10-year playoff drought, did we talk much Phillies in the Philadelphia area other than airing the games? No.
And I don't have to.
I don't get that.
And I don't have to listen to Pope Leo unless he's speaking under canon law. Unless he tells me to do something under canon law. He's just giving me his opinion on something.
He's not the gatekeeper.
So I don't have to even listen to Pope Leo on anything.
I
Sports
don't,
teams
I
or
don't get
otherwise.
some of the people in the city that do the gatekeeper. I don't
understand why you don't want a bigger tent.
And I just got to say, keep that same energy. Pope, fake hockey fan.
Well,
Take that jersey away.
The Pope being a Villanova guy. Like the other day, having a great conversation with the great Jay Wright. I tried to keep just tried to break his sight, break vision, because you can't help but love the guy.
He's
You
tremendous
talk to him, he's just such a tremendous individual. But I want to just dislike him so much, but you can't.
Yeah.
He's like it's like talking to Santa Claus. He's just the greatest guy.
That's exactly how it is. Last thing, we've got the college football playoffs starting tonight with Alabama, Oklahoma. Who do you guys like in tonight's game?
Oklahoma.
Yeah, I like Oklahoma.
I'm rooting for Oklahoma big time.
You think we get a good game? Do you think it's like compelling football?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I think
do you
so.
think like I'm talking like 16-13 tonight?
As long as it's a tight game.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be something where you're going to be like, boy, the offense is just beautiful tonight.
Yeah.
So but some people find those kind of games awful.
John Mateer, the quarterback for the Sooners, remember he was a Heisman candidate like after 2 weeks because he played Temple?
Yes.
Well, then he got hurt.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, but still.
All right. Real quick, 2004 trivia question. You guys, the person who gets more.
By the way, we're tied 2-2.
Yes.
This is incredible.
The person who gets more earns the point.
Okay. More.
All right.
Okay.
Try not to yell over each other. Name all 4 of the major leagues in the United States champions. Now, 04, so that means the season was 03,
so it's got to be 04.
They won the championship in 04. Obviously, baseball is the only league in which it all happens in 1 year.
Okay. To both Bostons. So we had the Red Sox, the Patriots.
All right.
Red Sox and Patriots.
Give me the
Lightning.
Devils.
Lightning.
You win.
Damn it.
You win. It was, do you guys know the NBA champion?
2004
I love this team.
Pistons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was that Pistons team beat the Lakers.
Yes, they did.
That upset the Lakers. I made I made a prediction on that series that ended up getting where somebody makes a cut of it and then keeps replaying it to punk you.
Yeah.
I said Lakers in 3 before the series, and they played that for like 15 years.
Yeah.
Every time I'd be like ballsy about a prediction, they'd be like Lakers in 3.
The Pistons that year also played a mean game of poker, I heard.
Yes, they did. This is when
Poker.
This is when defense still was a thing. That Pistons defense was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Your final score is 87-75 in game 1. Lakers won 99-91 in game 2. 88-68 was game 3. You would think I'm telling you the 1940 NBA championship. This is 2004. 88-80 was game 4, and then the Pistons finally put up 100 in game 5. They won 100-87.
I think I could go all 5 starters on that Pistons team. So,
Wow.
go back in the day.
Might hold you to that test next.
All right.
That's good.
I won't
After
look it up.
we speak with Bram Weinstein, voice of the Commanders. Is this the Commanders Super Bowl tomorrow? How ready are they for this game? Find out next here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Eagles looking to go back-to-back. I'm Connor Thomas, and not necessarily talking about the Super Bowl yet, but the division. As the Eagles reach the eve of their matchup with the Commanders down in Washington, and a win tomorrow clinches the Eagles the NFC East. They'll have to do so without Jalen Carter and Lane Johnson, who are both out again for the game. But Nick Sirianni talked yesterday with the media and said, hey, team's got a lot of faith in their game plan they're heading in with.
There's some different ways we want to attack. We know that we have to adjust as the game goes on. So there's going to be multiple different ways we try to attack, but we feel good about the plan going in, but we're going to have to adjust, and the guys will have to execute.
Kickoff is at 5 p.m. tomorrow from down in Washington. In other NFL news, the Seahawks took down the Rams in overtime last night, taking over the top spot in the NFC playoff picture. Flyers fell to the Buffalo Sabres 5-3 last night up in New York. They're off till tomorrow. Sixers are back on the court up in New York tonight against the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. Tip-off's at 7 p.m. Games live right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. We'll talk to Bram Weinstein coming up next for his perspective on the Commanders. Does a great work as the voice of the Commanders. We'll see if he likes them in tomorrow's game. This update is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. Tullamore Dew. When it's game time, it's Tully time. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and the best birds coverage, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
caroler, the final one of the week. It'll be for the pair of sweet tickets for the Flyers-Ducks game on January 6th. And then later in the show, we'll have to announce the grand prize winner. All 10 winners who have been in the running, well, 9 will soon be 10 winners, will be in the running for the $100 Harvest Seasonal Wine and Grill Bar gift card, $100 at some point later on in the show.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, thank you. But joining us now on the Comcast Business Hotline, where every day in business is a big day, let Comcast Business help you move forward with what's next. That's why I'm not a play-by-play guy.
Yeah, because what this man
I can do radio, but I can't do play-by-play.
No, what this guy does is like he's a maestro.
Yeah, he's not allowed to mess up.
No, he is.
That's Bram Weinstein.
Yeah, but you know what, though? When he does mess up, he acknowledges it. He is Bram Weinstein, and he joins us on the Comcast Business Hotline. Every day in business is a big day. And we were wondering, Bram, is this game the Commanders' Super Bowl?
At 4-10, can you have a Super Bowl? Is that even possible?
Well, you guys have not had much for a long, long time. So I'm wondering, is that, and because, and we're wondering, too, will the fans be coming up to take over the Hard Rock before the game, the last game of the year? Because we're wondering. Because the Hard Rock's a little hard up for business here. So they're looking to know if you're coming up.
Well, I'll be there. Who's this? I mean, listen, it's screaming that we're going to have a preseason game in Week 18. So, short of a couple of miracles over the next couple of weeks, that game clearly is not going to have a lot of meaning to it. So, no, this is not a Super Bowl. We're not that desperate. We're having a bad year, John. That's a bit much, but we're having a bad year.
Well, all jokes aside, what we're saying earlier when we were talking about whether or not this could be the Commanders' Super Bowl, we kind of mean, will they play a little bit more up for this game? Like, you're around the team, Bram. Are the Commanders a team that bags are packed and they're looking toward the offseason where they're playing golf, where they're going on vacation? Or is this a game where they go, you know what, that's the team that knocked us out last year. Let's go out there for one more game.
They've been playing hard. There is no checkout. That hasn't happened.
Okay.
And, like a few weeks ago, they played Denver in a game that was kind of like last night's game with the Rams and the Seahawks, and they went for 2 in overtime and lost. When they went for 2 to try to beat Denver, it would have ended their very long winning streak. Minnesota was a total, game plan failure. Both sides of the ball. It just went completely sideways. And then they turned around, and I know it's just the Giants, but they played really hard and played well. They're doing this without their starting quarterback. They're doing this typically without a ton of regulars that have been on their team. Injuries are a big part of the whole season here. It's not everything, but it's a big part of everything. But to answer your question, they're playing hard. They have been playing hard the whole time. It's just gone sideways on them, and they've had one of those years where everything that could possibly go wrong and timing-wise gone wrong has.
What should the Eagles be concerned about, knowing that what the Commanders can still bring to the table going into this matchup?
So, I would say this, the offense is still, and I got to give Cliff Kingsbury credit here. He's earned his money this year. He's played with half a deck the whole time. Constantly people going in and out. They haven't had Jaden for half of the year. He didn't finish his last 3 games that he played. The offensive line has been relatively stable, but flipped around at the beginning of the season. They switched starters in and out. Terry McLaurin's missed the majority of the season. He's healthy now. Noah Brown has missed almost all of the season, isn't playing anymore. Deebo Samuel missed a game or 2 here or there. They have not had anything resembling what they thought would be their starting offense for the entire season, and they're still a top 5 rush offense. And they still, in most weeks, score 20-plus points. So they figure it out every single week. They've gotten very accustomed to going more jumbo package than I think they ever would have envisioned when they brought in Deebo Samuel and Laramie Tunsil. The idea was they're going to be a pass-first offense. Jaden was going to be throwing the ball a lot more. And because of injuries, they had no outside receiving threats for weeks at a time. And they had no downfield passing game at all. And things have kind of come back because they've gotten a few players back, namely McLaurin. And so offensively, while the defense for the Eagles has really flipped the switch the last month or so, offensively, Washington has cobbled more together than you would think. You would see this group run out there, and you don't think you're in any real trouble with them. But they are consistently able to move the ball, specifically running it. And with Mariota, who has pretty good control of the offense, his real bugaboo is turnovers. If it wasn't for that, they're a team that is scoring 20 to 30 points a game, even with all of the people that are in and out of the lineup.
Bram Weinstein, the voice of the Commanders, joins us here on the Comcast Business Hotline. Now, when you first came on, you said, look, they're just having a bad year, man. The Eagles are 9-5. They're not having a bad year record-wise, but there's obviously been a lot of talk about whether or not the offense can put it together to make some run to the Super Bowl. Curious to get your thoughts because they have not played each other yet, but doing your studies, getting ready for this game, how do you view the Philadelphia Eagles?
So, I mean, from our point of view, because we don't have a pass rush, I think we're in trouble here, obviously, this weekend. I kind of don't really understand what the issue is with their offense because of the talent that they have. And we had John on earlier this week. And
I was on my best behavior.
Well, and also, like, you just can't wait to blurt out that you're on The Price is Right. Like,
yes.
It's like
I had to get it on
so
with
he's
you.
not just talking about it here every 5 minutes.
No, I had to get it on with Bram.
That's right. I was going to ask you, he must bring this up every 20 minutes because, like, he couldn't.
I couldn't wait to share with Bram.
Yeah, he's got to hit his quota, you know?
June 29th, you'll be watching, won't you?
When I watch the Eagles, some of the strangest stats I think I've ever seen, like that your record is like 7-1 when A.J. Brown has no numbers. Like it's just, I don't understand that. The third down conversion, considering how great, especially in the recent years, the team has been in third and short, and I'm sure that that's probably continued with all the push stuff, that their percentage is so low. And you obviously have everything you could possibly need at every single position, including all pro level players. So you tell me, because I kind of don't understand why it's functioning to the degree that it does. That said, this weekend, while that gives me hope that this is a close game, and for the most part in recent weeks, the Commanders have been very competitive, the fact that Washington really can't, especially through all the injuries they've had, generate much of a pass rush does not give me any real confidence that the Eagles are going to be held like under 20 points.
I'll tell you, the respect I have for Dan Quinn, and personally and professionally. He's got to be just batting his head against the wall, though, because coming off of last year, you guys thought you were close, right? From everything that they did with building the roster and everything, they thought they were very close to the Eagles.
We were in the NFC Championship game.
But do you agree with the plan that they took? Because we did not, and I kept saying it all summer. Why did they go and get old?
Yeah, so you have to go back first to free agency. We're not blind to the fact that the Eagles have a better roster, top to bottom. Like that's not in debate here. But they did have the advantage of we've got this star quarterback on a rookie quarterback contract, so that gives you flexibility to go do some things. Clearly, they have a lot of work to do to kind of bridge that gap between the two rosters, and it wasn't going to happen in one offseason. And with free agency, when it came up, if you go back to it, you think about what they could have needed and wanted to have to try to upgrade their roster. I suppose they could have spent a lot of money for Josh Sweat because he was probably one of the best pass rushers that was available. But there weren't many, and there typically aren't at that position. And so they decided not to spend that kind of money on what they felt was a good free agent, but he's not Myles Garrett. And so they went and spent money and said, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to run this back with veterans. We're going to acquire a couple of people at key positions we need, left tackle, wide receiver, and they're going to try to catch lightning in a bottle. And it clearly did not work out again for a variety of reasons. And a lot of it started with their offense from day one of training camp until today has never fully practiced together. Not once, ever. Either Terry McLaurin had a sit-in with a contract or Noah Brown and Terry had injuries and they were flipping around the receivers. Their offensive line never practiced together throughout the summer. Jaden Daniels, of course, missed all the time. It never happened. So I agree that, like, on its face, it looks like this was the wrong way to go. But if you really go back to what their options were at the time, to the idea of running it back and bringing in a lot of veterans to try to catch lightning in a bottle again against the Eagles, I think was the right idea. It just didn't go very well. And at least, like, this is going to be a mulligan because all of those, people that they brought in that made them older, none of them got long-term contracts with a lot of money.
Sure.
Like, they're going to be in the same position they were in a year ago where they act like everyone's going to talk about how much cap room they have. They don't have half of their roster signed. So they got to start there before they can actually really go and spend in major free agency.
If we could lend you Howie Roseman, you guys might be able to fix it.
Yeah, maybe. Listen, Bram, enjoy yourself.
Thanks, Bram.
Keep up the great work. We always appreciate talking to you. I'm sure we'll talk to you again in a couple
I'll
weeks.
see you on the 3rd or whatever it is, whatever the last game is.
Oh, you're coming down?
No, I'll see you on the 3rd. I'm not coming down for this weekend.
Oh, right up here.
Yeah, I'll see you the game up here. I'll give you a hug.
I'm so turned around with Saturday. We're playing Saturday, Thursday. It's a mess.
Oh, my
Anyway.
gosh. See you,
guys
buddy.
Have a good one. I'll see you.
Thanks,
love you,
Bram.
man.
There he is.
Yeah.
Bram Weinstein on the Comcast Business.
Such a great dude. He asked me what I was most excited about in 2025. And I said, well, Price is Right.
Of course.
I said, there it is.
Well, and the
That's
thing
how
is,
most prices right.
At the end there, he's talking about how, like, all the one-year contracts. That's why I said it wasn't going to – that's why we said it wasn't going to work out again for them next year.
Yeah, but what are they going to do next year with all those contracts?
They're going to sign a bunch of guys again, but I don't expect them to –
They're not going to
the
get young.
NFC champ. No, they got to – that team's in a weird spot. They really believed in something last year. And I don't blame them. They got to the NFC Championship game, but I knew you can't bat 1,000 every single year. Trust me.
Awesome.
Howie knows that, too. All right, coming up next, Name That Caroler, the final one of the week. You'll hear it, and then you could win the pair of Flyers tickets in a suite January 6th. We'll tell you next. 97.5 The Fanatic.
more than that.
I like this. It's an interesting story. I don't know why you.
No, it just is because it's just something that is. I'm just ready for it to be stopped talking about forever.
It's an interesting story. Shows how
I'm
impressive
glad
this
to
division
never
is.
have to hear about it again.
Even though some of them were weird, like the years the Commanders won were like weird years.
Yes, and then, well, the one year we threw the division to them.
Yes,
remember we threw it to them.
Joe Judge still pissed about it.
There we go, and and we would be too.
Yeah, I hear you.
We would be too.
All right, you got to name me one of them. 3.
Okay.
I'll say items were all inducted into the National Toy Hall of Fame in 2004. Can you
3
give me
items?
Can
You got to
give me-
give us more than that.
That's
right?
what I figured. So here's what I'll say. 1 was an action figure. 1 was something I can't really. There's no clue I can really give this. Something you could give a kid, a young kid, and the last one a board game.
Huh. The action figure. Can we go He-Man?
It is not He-Man.
All right.
I'll tell you
Scrabble.
Scrabble is the board game.
I just
Wow,
guessed.
good
no,
pull.
that was just a guess.
So you're
I
up.
was guessing.
You're up 4-2.
I was guessing Scrabble or Monopoly.
How the hell did Scrabble take till 2004 to get in?
And by the way, Scrabble, because the two board games we play in our house are Scrabble and Monopoly, because I can't beat my daughter in that stupid, the one that's about war. Risk.
Risk.
Yeah.
I refuse. I refuse to
Was
play.
the other item like the Slinky or something?
So the rocking horse, which I don't know how to give a clue.
It's not even
You
a
can't.
toy.
That's not a toy.
And the action figure was G.I. Joe.
Oh, man.
G.I. Joe
you know-
made
Now, wait.
it into this Toy Hall of Fame in
Now, was it
2004.
G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip?
Dude, I don't know.
That's the big
I'm
thing.
reading an article.
It's important.
I remember when they gave when the Kung Fu grip came out.
All right.
Everybody wanted that one.
The final Name That Caroler of the week. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you to everybody at the station for being a part of this. Thank you to all of you who have, I guess you could say, enjoyed, maybe not the beautiful singing.
I think people.
No,
loved
they've
it,
enjoyed the contest. I would not say the voices. They've enjoyed the contest. And again, shout out to Eric Simon. Big help
Great job.
behind the
Thank you,
scenes.
Eric.
Getting together these great prizes. We gave away 5 pairs of lower-level Sixers tickets for the Wednesday, January 7th game against the Wizards. To purchase tickets to an upcoming home game, including the return of the iconic black uniform games, visit Ticketmaster.com/76ers. We're now going to give away the final pair of the Flyers-Ducks suite tickets, January 6th, so the day before at the Xfinity Mobile Arena. So, Connor, play our last one. And again, you have to wait till the entire song plays. Let this person have their 30 seconds of fame. Fame in a way that none of us feel famous about. 30 seconds of fame, and then you call in, and the 5th caller will have the first guess.
Sing it, Grandpa! Grandma got run over by a reindeer walking home from our house Christmas Eve.
Oh, yeah.
You can say there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Grandpa, we believe. Well, she been drinking too much eggnog, and we begged her not to go, but she forgot her medication, and she staggered out the door into the snow. The snow! When we found her Christmas morning at the scene of the attack,
Longest one?
she had hoof prints on her forehead and incriminating claws marks on her back. On her back!
All right, great
Excellent.
job.
Excellent
by
job.
that singer. I know who it is, but that caroler I thought did a tremendous job. And he was the last one to record.
I think Patricia has a much deeper voice when she sings.
I was going to say, was that Silvana again?
All right, so I need caller 5. The winner will get the pair of suite tickets. Flyers, Ducks, Tuesday, January 6th, Xfinity Mobile Arena. Get your tickets for all the biggest matchups, theme nights, and rivalry games at PhiladelphiaFlyers.com. We also have the first 9 winners' names already in a hat.
They're already in. Okay.
And this 10th winner will also be in the running for the $100 Harvest Seasonal Grill and Wine Bar gift card. I said it better that time because I actually read the copy. Let's go to Dwayne. Dwayne, you're caller number 5. Can you name that caroler?
That is our resident all-star Ricky Metallico.
That is correct. Good job, Dwayne. You'll also be in the running for the Harvest Seasonal Grill and Wine Bar gift card, but you want a pair of suite tickets for the Flyers-Ducks game Tuesday, January 6th. I thought Ricky did a good job there, man.
It sounded a very aggressive version of the song, which I liked.
Ricky seems to be an aggressive guy.
He went with volume over tune, which is a strong move.
Well, it's a choice.
If you watch SpongeBob, you would know that the louder you play, the better you sound.
And there it is. Good job, Ricky.
That's from the Band Geeks episode.
Yeah, it didn't really play out well for Mr. Krabs' orchestra there.
No, it did not. All right, give me a text message, Connor, at 610-632-0975. Our question from last night's Seahawks-Rams game. Are the Eagles on the same tier as those teams behind them? You name it. Then I got another question for you guys.
All right, so this one comes to us from Pete in Drexel Hill, who wants to talk about the chances for the team to win the Super Bowl with the tiers. And he says, if you always say Hurts turns it on when it matters, then why would you ever give them a 0% chance? Has this team and Super Bowl MVP really earned no grace from the fan base? Come on.
Well, I say that he turns it on. That's me saying it, and I'm the one who says that they do.
I will continue to say what I've been saying for weeks. I get it. You guys can't listen every second of every show.
Right.
Last year, I was thrilled with the game plan. Run. It was so good. I have not been able to hang my hat on anything offensively where I can say that's what's going to carry them if necessary.
And the thing is, I understand every part of your critique. I think you bring great summary to the table. I think you bring great facts.
I'm not
to the
just
table.
throwing poop at the wall and hope it sticks.
But what is poop? What is poop that you are throwing at the wall? In my opinion, is where you say 0% chance.
Yeah.
That is where I go. That just is where I go.
It's
got to be. You're out of your. It is what it is. You are what you are.
Yeah,
Can't be throwing anything at the wall. That's a 15-yard penalty.
That's a good point, especially boogers.
All
right, John, you're up 4-2 in 2004 trivia. We'll sneak one in here. The most popular gaming console that came out before the Christmas holiday in 2004 was what?
PS4.
Oh, no. It's way before the PS4.
I don't know. I guess.
We're going to go PlayStation 2.
Nope.
GameCube.
Nope. Handheld. Nintendo DS.
There you go.
Okay.
I had no idea. I thought that
dropped in, before the holidays
Is that
in
a gaming
2000.
system? I guess
Yes,
it
it is.
technically
Yes, it's a game.
it's a gaming
I'm
system.
thinking console.
Are you going to say Atari's not a gaming system?
No, that's a gaming system.
All right, coming up next, I'll sneak in a couple more of these questions. I saw something really random, by the way, on the elevator this morning. You know how
the TV
yeah,
screen
you know how it
elevator?
gives you random facts and stuff?
Absolutely.
So I gotta share one with you guys. Or two, actually. I took 2 photos.
Okay.
I'll share those with you
Look
coming
at you.
up.
Always thinking.
I'm always thinking about the show, man. All right?
I like that.
I obsess over this damn thing. Also, don't forget, Kevin Agandi is going to be joining us coming up at 9:10. And speaking of 2004, on this date in 2004, the Eagles did play a football game. It may have been one of the ugliest games ever. I want to see if you can remember. It's Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. All right, let's talk about your house. Everyone loves driving around during the holiday season, looking at those twinkling lights. We did that a couple weeks ago, right?
Right.
Maybe less than 2 weeks ago. We got Coop in the car. We were coming home from dinner. We said, why don't we drive around and look at the beautiful lights, right?
That's a nice thing to
It's
do.
nice to look at the lights, look at the decorations. Not so nice to look at your leaning brick porch or your cracked and sloping concrete driveway. Maybe the uneven sidewalks that are tripping hazards. Those aren't necessarily nice to look at. They're also not safe. The whole tripping hazard thing. You should get Groundworks to come
Those
out and help
lawsuits
you out.
stink.
Yeah, those aren't fun. Groundworks Concrete Lifting Solution is here to save the day by keeping your family and neighbors safe from tripping hazards and your home looking great. You can schedule a free visit with Groundworks team of experts by going to groundworks.com today. They come on out. They'll tell you what went wrong. Some of it might be easy to point out, like maybe a tree and the roots raised the concrete. So you're going to have to get rid of the root, and then they take care of the concrete the rest of the way. There's some things that you may not be able to figure out. They'll be there for you to help you why something went wrong so it doesn't happen again, and also how they're going to fix it. They do all that for free. It's just the job itself you pay for. Check them out online, groundworks.com.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Trying to lock down the division. I'm Connor Thomas, and the Eagles have reached the eve of their matchup with Commanders tomorrow down in Washington, and a win would win the NFC East. They're going to have to try and accomplish that without Jalen Carter and Lane Johnson, who are both out again for the game tomorrow. But Nick Sirianni talked about not the division, focusing on the game that's right in front of them.
It's just the next game right here. You know, we know it's an opportunity to win the division and cross that bridge when we get there, but excited to be able to go go out and play football and coach football, get an opportunity for us to get better against a well-respected opponent.
Kickoff is at 5 p.m. tomorrow down in Landover, so we'll keep an eye on everything leading up to Eagles-Commanders. Another NFL news, the Seahawks beat the Rams last night in overtime on Thursday Night Football, taking over the top seed in the NFC playoff picture. The Flyers fell to the Sabres 5-3 in Buffalo last night. They're off till tomorrow. Sixers are back on the court tonight after a long layoff. They'll take on the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. Tip-off of that game is at 7 p.m., and you can hear it live right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Kevin DeGandhi of ESPN joins us coming up at 9:10. This update is brought to you by Batteries Plus. Dead car battery, the experts at Batteries Plus can replace it in about 20 minutes. Want longer battery life? Ask about their premier installation. Batteries Plus, the experts in charge. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and the best birds coverage. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
He's got a big following. He has responded to, the video that we posted earlier today about whether or not the Eagles are on the same tier as the Seahawks and Rams. And he said that the Rams are on a tier of their own. And social media's just attacking Dan Orlovsky right now.
How can you say-
getting mentioned in all of it,
How can you say they are?
especially right after they lost yesterday.
And when the Eagles are clearly in the NFC, when facing NFC opponents, the Eagles are clearly better than the Rams when they play better teams in the NFC. The Rams lose to the better teams in the NFC. The Eagles beat the better teams in the NFC.
But head-to-head, I still think the Rams are the better football.
And the Eagles beat the Rams head-to-head. Like, they can't, like, I mean, no facts back up what Dan Orlovsky says, and he is getting, I mean,
Yeah, he's getting crushed.
Now,
We're mentioning everything.
He says, he says, no. He believes the Eagles and the Seahawks are absolutely on the same tier.
So tier 2,
He says
Eagles, Seahawks.
No. He thinks Eagles, Seahawks, Packers before the injury, but Packers have dropped down. And he says, thanks a lot. Your comment has me absolutely getting shouldered by half of America right now.
But the Rams are still – so he has Rams tier of their own.
He has Rams tier of their own, but
Eagles,
slightly over Eagles and Seattle.
Okay. All right, 2 random things from the elevator. So the elevator has a little screen.
Which is really weird, by the way. It's weird. Like the stuff they talk about.
It's nonsense, but we can all relate to this. So, John, you are not a big cursor, right?
No, I am not. My daughter says she's only heard me curse.
That's why you did not become a professional athlete.
Why is that?
Recent studies.
That's not the reason, believe me.
From the American Psychological Association, cursing makes you stronger physically.
What?
And it boosts your performance and strength and endurance tasks, helping you push past mental barriers, increasing focus, confidence, and flow, acting as a readily available drug-free performance enhancer.
This is why my wife is such a strong.
That's why before every show I go on 4Q and I just cuss like a sailor.
Curse like a sailor.
You guys don't know about it, but then I come in here and I start the show. The other one I saw on December 1st of 2019, so a little over 6 years ago, there were 14 holiday songs in the top 50 on Spotify. This year, there's 30 holiday songs. Have holiday songs become bigger recently, or is it just streaming?
There's a new industry of redoing songs.
Yeah, but isn't it still the same songs that are normally on top? Like, it's still Mariah. Mariah's actually 2 this year, behind
Really?
Last Christmas. Which,
What you mean, Last Christmas of George Michael?
Wham! The Last
George
Christmas
Michael.
I gave you my heart.
Yes.
Hand up. I don't say it.
What?
It's a good song. Number 1.
Oh, I think it's fantastic.
All I Want for Christmas Is You is way better.
Yeah, I agree.
I disagree.
I
like George Michael's better.
I don't understand how Last Christmas is like the number 1 song in the country.
I think
Christmas time.
I think it's fantastic. I would absolutely take that over Mariah.
It's a sad song. Ray Dunn and I were just talking about this yesterday. He's like, I never listened to the lyrics, and now it's ruined for me. I don't want to hear about
that's what I'm saying. Like
breakup.
I'd rather listen to freaking Jingle Bell Rock than Last Christmas.
Well, the
I'll
thing
be
is,
honest
though,
with you
Connor,
guys.
it's a story of you're out there then, like you're like you and Ray, you're free agents this Christmas. You could be out there, and the next girl's going to treat you right.
I'm already buying enough presents. I don't need a nah. I'm good on
The
that.
next girl's going to treat you right.
I don't know how. I don't know how that's number 1. I don't get it.
By the way, I actually was thinking the other day of the Hallmark movie that I could create with Ray and Connor in it. Ray and Connor is the main characters.
Okay.
It's a sports radio station, and Ray and Connor is 2 single guys that they find love in the holiday season as 2 guys as a sports radio station. I had Ray and Connor hosting a show together on a sports radio station in a city, and both of them haven't found love, and that in the holiday season, the Hallmark Channel would have them finding love and how they would find it.
Now, the problem with Hallmark is those 2 characters would be the guys that get broken up with for the Christmas tree farmer and the snow globe maker.
No, in the Hallmark, it would be Connor would be the guy that the girl would absolutely meet Connor in the first scene and hate him.
That happens a lot.
And hate him and think he's the biggest, probably meet him at the gym and say, here's this guy taking calls on his phone while he's doing sets and things like that. She'd hate that. And then by the end of the movie, she would find him absolutely irresistible until he put on his Phillies shirt, and then maybe that broke it up.
I'm like hair, baby. I grow on you.
Yeah. All right.
Well, no, that would be Ray Dunn.
I'm going to tell you about the game that took place on this day in 2004, the last time the Eagles
2004. I know the game.
All right, you're
I can
listening to
tell you. I can tell you
97.5
exactly.
The Fanatic, WPEN, HD1 Burlington, Philadelphia.
Exactly.
A Beasley Media Group station broadcasting live from the
This is
Comcast
a
studio,
cheat
powering
code.
possibilities. The reason why we're going back to 04, if the Eagles win tomorrow, it's the first time since 2004 where there will be a back-to-back division winner in the NFC East, and they did play on December
date.
19th, and you know it well because it was
a
the
cheat
day
code.
your daughter was born.
No, it was the day of my daughter's first birthday party.
Oh, that's what it was.
And it was a Sunday afternoon, and Christina had to have a 1-year-old's birthday party on her birthday. She demanded that a 1-year-old's birthday party be held on her birthday.
Yeah.
Couldn't be held the day before.
Nope.
It had to be held on her birthday.
Sunday.
Ridiculous.
So this is
Ridiculous.
the T.O. breaks his leg game.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
And I did not watch the Eagles game. I DVR'd it, did not touch my phone, had no idea what happened, and sat down at like 4:30, 4:45 to watch this game. It was a 1 o'clock game. And I sat down to watch that game, and T.O. breaks his leg.
Yep.
And I swear to you,
Roy Williams.
my wife will tell you, I was holding her responsible for the broken leg. I jinxed it. I was holding her responsible.
Yeah, I thought there was no
And I'm saying,
jinxes.
I didn't watch it. I can't tell you the last time I hadn't watched an Eagles game. And I didn't watch it because of a 1-year-old's birthday party having to be at the exact time. And you know when the next time she did it to me on the kid's birthday was when the biggest comeback in Eagles
Miracle
history
of the Meadowlands, whatever.
with Deshaun Jackson
that
running back there.
that was my 16th birthday.
Exactly.
That was a great birthday.
And you know where I was at that one?
Where?
They were at the American Girl Cafe in Atlanta.
That sucks.
At the end, and I got there in the fourth quarter. So she scheduled it. The party was starting at like 4.
Yeah. I had my high school buddies over. That was
Oh
like
my
my
gosh.
birthday party was let's watch the Eagles game. Like that's because that's my life.
That's a great
sports.
thing.
So I got to watch that comeback with some of my best friends.
Oh my God.
That's a day that I'll never forget, and that's a day that you'll never forget for
Oh my
totally
gosh.
different reasons. But yeah, this day in history of Eagles history was the day. Now that game was ugly, even before he got hurt.
Oh my gosh.
Final score was 12-7. It was 7-6 at halftime.
Yes. It was terrible.
Who
By the way,
scored
the weather
the two-
conditions were terrible.
Yeah, it was raining. Who scored the 2 touchdowns for Eagles that day?
Carell Buckholder?
No, but it was another backup running back. Scored a touchdown in the playoffs, too.
I have no idea.
How about that Dorsey Levens?
Oh, okay.
I think he scored against
Never
Green,
would've
I
got
think
there.
he scored in the Green Bay game. Because that
Wow.
was the Favre year, right? When Favre threw the 40-yard bomb downfield for no reason. And Chad Lewis scored a touchdown.
There you go.
in that
Chad
game.
Lewis, my guy.
That was before. When did he get hurt? Did he get hurt in that season? When he ripped
Chad?
ripped his butt or something?
Well, there
like,
was only one game after that one, if I'm not mistaken. I think there was only one game after.
2 games.
There was?
There was 2 games. They played the Rams, and then they closed out the season with the Bengals. And Chad Lewis, because he was hurt for the playoffs, wasn't he? And he had it was a gluteus maximus injury.
He
Your
hurt his
guess
butt.
is as good as mine.
I don't remember that part.
If I'm not mistaken, it was the rear end that.
He tore his rear end?
Yeah.
I don't even remember that being an injury. He tore his rear end.
You should Google it.
No, I don't really want to see it. I don't want to see it. Chad's keister.
Sorry, Chad.
Chad's keister. What would you Google for that? Chad's rear end?
Up to you, man.
No.
I'll try.
Here come the Beasley Media Police.
No, they already left for the week.
Swooping
They're
in.
not here. All right, coming up next, our man Kevin Nagandi will join us. What does he need to see tomorrow to start feeling a little bit better about the Eagles' chances?
ChadsButt.com.
That's probably a website. Nagandi joins us coming up next here on 97.5 The Fanatic. And joining us now on the Comcast Business Hotline, every day in business is a big day. Let Comcast Business help you move forward with what's next. From ESPN, our favorite, Kevin Agani, joins us. Kevin, good morning.
Good morning, fellas. How we doing?
We're doing great. Obviously, they played the Raiders last week, so there's that. It's been a happier week, which has been nice. Curious, though, what do you want to see the Eagles sort of continue after a beatdown of a really bad Raiders team against a not as bad but still pretty bad Commanders team tomorrow?
Just play under center. Make sure Jalen Hurts is taking snaps under center. And you see the way the numbers don't lie. The offense is a completely different team. And it'd be great to see the running game get going a little bit. And I think if you can have that and build a little momentum, obviously a very slim chance for the Cowboys, but just completely shut that door, clinch the division, and move on and get ready for Buffalo. Here's the thing, though. We know it's a division game no matter what. We know the Commanders are a team that obviously beat up, lost their quarterback, and their wide receiver core has been beat up most of the season. They just lost Zach Ertz recently. They're still going to play physical football. And so the Eagles can't be surprised. It's not going to be like the Raiders. I mean, the outcome could be, but in the beginning, man, the Commanders are going to play. And I think that if the Eagles make sure they don't play with their food, as my good friend Booger McFarland likes to say all the time, that too many times if you play with your food, you're going to get caught and surprised. And for me, it's Eagles got to shut it down early, have some big drives early on, not let this thing linger and fester, right? Because that opening drive against the Raiders, it was like, okay, we're good. I think I talked to you guys last week that this offense wins games. This offense looks completely different when Devontae Smith is involved and involved early. And you saw that big catch that he had. Like, that stuff plays a huge role, I think, on building the confidence of Jalen Hurts in this offense and the options that he could have.
Kev, we talked to Bram Weinstein, who our buddy, this morning, and he said, look, the offense will come to play for Washington. They will be able to sustain some drives. He goes, they've been surprisingly good, but he didn't think the defense is really going to be able to do as much based on what he's seen recently. So the pressure is going to be on this Eagles offense to be able to sustain some drives and to impress us once again. Maybe not as much as last week.
I agree with all this stuff, and Bram's completely locked in on the Commanders, considering that he's the voice of that team. And I completely agree. What you saw with the Commanders this year is they caught lightning in the bottle. They were aged guys. They decided to bring many of them back, and then we're going to ride our young quarterback that's hurt, and then all of a sudden the age shows everywhere else. And Terry McLaurin didn't get the deal that he wanted early on, and then hamstrings play a huge role. If you're not in camp early, especially at the wide receiver position, that lingered most of the season for him. So I totally agree with what Bram's saying, but I will tell you, the way the Eagles defense is applying pressure, the way that Eagles defense can play lockdown football, just shut up Marcus Mariota early and then give your offense short fields. That's kind of how I would approach it. Like, set the tone to set up the offense. The offense can open up with a big drive. That'd be great. And then if you get the defense to get you a short field, then it makes it easier for this offense to continue, I think, to find the rhythm that the Raiders game was essential for this team. And I think people forget. Even in our own city, this team beat the Lions. They beat the Rams. They beat the Packers.
I try to remind them
early in the season, right?
Yeah, I try to remind people.
Yeah, so we've beaten some teams, and we haven't had a lot of cupcakes. We needed a cupcake, and gladly we got that against the Raiders. Let's just make sure we keep this game as a cupcake game against the Commanders as well.
Kevin, not only do you show your Philadelphia pride on ESPN, but I'm sure you do it every single day at home. And so the Eagles tomorrow could do something for the first time in 21 years, where if they win the NFC East, it's the first time in 21 years where we've seen back-to-back division winners in the NFC East. Talk about that a little bit, because it's a storyline that gets talked about every single year, especially in the month of December, and it looks like that storyline finally is going to come to an end.
Thank God.
Yes.
I thought it was over in 2023, right?
Right.
We're 10-1 and we're good to go. Yeah, let's just put that thing to bed. and let's just end that drought. That it was what a quirky thing, right? Like it's just a weird, bizarre stat that just hangs over this division, regardless. Shows you like where this division was, a decade and a half ago with the Giants' dominance and the Cowboys sprinkled in. Then you got the Commanders, a couple times. But the one consistent thing has been the Eagles, man. And honestly, for a generation, I think that doesn't understand what it looked like in the 80s and early parts of the 90s. This is the golden age of the Philadelphia Eagles, and Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie have done an incredible job, especially during this 8-year run, post Andy Reid, post Chip Kelly. And I think it's more of a celebration and understanding that, man, this franchise is well above everybody else in the division, and it is wild that, again, there's a generation like you and me, John, that grew up where the Cowboys were our rivals, and they remain the biggest. Probably Andrew's biggest rival was the Giants with his generation, right? And now, if you look around, for kids that are growing up following the Eagles, they're rivals, and they look around, they're like, our rivals really aren't those two or those three in the division. And I find that more of a fascinating storyline. Somebody said something to me in the podcast at the SportsCenter pod the other day, and I was like, wow, I didn't realize that. And they were like, no, your team really slayed down 2 dynasties.
Yeah.
And I said, what? They're like, your team slayed down 2 dynasties. Now, they took down the Patriots, and the Patriots won the following year. But in essence, that's kind of what they did against New England, and that's what we did against the Chiefs, because the Chiefs aren't going back to the playoffs this year.
Kevin, I just want to congratulate you on the Bill Campbell Award for Excellence in Broadcasting.
John, thank you.
Wednesday, one of the first things I ever did was associate produce a radio show for Bill Campbell. He's a legend. Just January 21st at the DoubleTree by Hilton in Cherry Hill.
That's awesome.
Kevin will receive this award, and it is from the Philadelphia Sports Writers Association. It's like the highest award you can get locally here, recognizing your excellent work, and I want to congratulate you peer-to-peer. You are absolutely amazing. And once again, Klein College loves you, and we all love you too, of course.
John, Andrew, I appreciate that, and proud to talk to 2 Temple Owls on this broadcast as well. And thank you, Bill. Listen,
Bill
I
Campbell.
grew up.
He went along.
Exactly. You know how I woke up every morning on KYW.
Yes.
You listen to it before you go to school, and you have that little minute of Bill Campbell, and he's giving you his thoughts about sports, and you're like, wow, he's speaking? Shut the hell up.
That's awesome.
So to be a part of this, it's a great honor, and thank you guys. I appreciate
Congratulations, Kevin. We always appreciate you coming on, man. We'll talk to you again soon.
Fellas, be good. And if I don't talk to you the rest of the year, happy holidays.
I will see you soon.
And let's be safe during the new year, okay?
Thank you,
Damn
buddy.
right. You're the best, Kev. There he is, Kevin Agandi on the Comcast Business Hotline.
That's a great honor. You guys never even got to hear Bill Campbell.
No.
You never even got to hear him.
No.
One of
Campbell.
the legendary sportscasters of this town.
I know Campbell Soup.
Bill Campbell. And he talked like this. Bill Campbell.
I know Bill Colarulo.
Was he related
awesome.
to Earl?
He
Maybe.
was awesome.
All right. I have 2004 trivia for you.
Oh, another 2004.
All right. Connor, this is your chance to even the score because I'm giving you 2 questions. There's 2 answers to this question.
Okay.
All right. And you can get them both to tie the score at 4. What was the top-selling games in 2004? One of them was a PS2 game. The other was an Xbox, not Xbox 360. PS2 and Xbox. Your clue for both of them. They have both been games in a set of series. Like, it wasn't just one. It's not a one-off for both of them.
So one was Halo.
Which one?
God, if I know. The first Halo.
No.
We got to go the specific Halo?
Yes.
So if I go Call of Duty for the other one.
Nope.
No.
Incorrect.
Okay.
You want to take a guess?
No.
You might as well take a guess.
Okay. Grand Theft Auto.
Which one?
2.
No.
I don't know.
It's like 5. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas for the PS2.
That's a crazy question.
But Halo 2. You should have just said 2. He said Halo. You should have said Halo 2.
I don't know.
Halo 2 was the Xbox.
Okay.
Okay.
Then what was the other question?
One was PS2, one was
okay,
Xbox.
okay,
Yeah. That's all right.
Well, that's good.
You guys
Give you a
are trying.
chance.
I never
Connor,
played Xbox. I never played Halo.
Connor,
I
you're
don't
still
know.
down 2. You're still
I was a
down 2.
PlayStation guy.
All
Let's see.
right. Coming up next. What would it mean for Nick Sirianni to break the 21-year streak of no back-to-back division winners? That's why we're doing the 2004 trivia, by the way. That, and is this, oh, it's the final day of the Caroler. Wait, no, we did it. What am I doing? I have no idea.
You having a stroke?
Yes.
Look at me.
I think I am. We'll announce the Harvest seasonal gift card. How about that?
There
We'll do that next. Kincade Salciunas, 97.5, the Fanatic. All right, there goes the perfect show. All right, time to pull out your holiday decorations if you haven't already. I actually did see somebody putting out decorations yesterday. I was going for a walk. It was beautiful out. It was like 50 degrees.
Better than the person who puts them out 2 weeks before Thanksgiving.
Correct. They were putting out a snowman, like one of the big inflatable snowmen. I was like, maybe it was an end-of-a-season deal, for all I know. So maybe they bought it. I don't blame them. When you put them away, do you store them in an out-of-sight space like your basement? I know I do. Your basement needs to be safe and dry, because if your basement's showing any problem signs like condensation, wet floors and walls, musty smells, mold and rot, Groundworks is here to help, because they know that these are problem signs that can be an indicator that your home might be due for basement waterproofing. The experts at Groundworks know what works and what doesn't, from wall anchors to vapor barriers to sump pumps and dehumidifiers. They've seen it all, and they can do it all. This includes encapsulating your crawl space, too, and making that a safe space for your valuable belongings and added storage. They're going to work with you to find the permanent solution your basement and crawl space needs to stay dry year-round. It's not worth risking damage to your valuables, all right? I also have a bunch of Coop's artwork from years 1 and 2 of daycare. I don't want those things getting destroyed if there's water in the basement. And trust me, I've had water in the basement before. No bueno. Just visit groundworks.com for a free inspection and a no-pressure quote today. Groundworks will inspect your home, find the cause of the problem, and fix it once and for all. Groundworks, there's a reason why. They trust the local experts.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
NFC East on the line. I'm Connor Thomas, and that's what's at stake for the Eagles as they reach the eve of their matchup with the Commanders down in Washington. Jalen Carter and Lane Johnson both out again for the game tomorrow, but they can clinch the division if they find a win. Also, if Dallas loses or if both team ties, they will still be division champions. Nick Sirianni met with the media yesterday, and he talked about the faith that they have in the game plan going into tomorrow's matchup.
There's some different ways we want to attack. We know that we have to adjust as the game goes on. So there's going to be multiple different ways we try to attack, but we feel good about the plan going in, but we're going to have to adjust, and the guys will have to execute.
Kickoff is at 5 p.m. tomorrow. In other NFL news, Seahawks beat the Rams in overtime last night, taking over the top seed in the NFC playoff picture. Flyers fell to the Sabres 5-3 in Buffalo last night. They're off until tomorrow. And the Sixers are back on the court tonight against the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden. Tip-off at 7 p.m. That game will be live right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. New York coming off the NBA Cup win. Played a lot of games recently, so we'll see if they're well-rested enough. This update is brought to you by Bradford White Water Heaters. When you need a new water heater, choose one that's built to be the best. Choose Bradford White. I'm Connor Thomas for the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and the best Birds coverage. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
The Unfiltered High School Athlete of the Week is a chance to celebrate some of the amazing talent in our area.
Ricky Bowe and Bill Colarulo will announce an athlete and their high school each week, live on the radio and TV.
Go to 975thefanatic.com/unfiltered to nominate someone that deserves the recognition.
Brought to you by VCSHR, payroll you can trust.
Many of you know
congratulations. The real name is not on the Twitter account. The account is IDK either, so I don't know either. Must be a big fan of the show.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen it yet, Connor.
No, I haven't.
It literally was less than a minute ago. He tweets the Fanatic, Connor, myself, and Johnny, and he says, Connor Thomas, meet his baby boy, Connor Thomas.
Seriously?
Must be a big fan of the show.
That's awesome.
Yeah, how do you feel that somebody named their child after you?
I feel amazing about that.
I cannot confirm.
awesome.
I have not confirmed yet if you are the inspiration.
No, but still, though, Connor Thomas, that's pretty awesome.
That's special.
Beautiful looking baby. He's hiding the face with the eagle emoji, which is even cooler.
That is fantastic.
Go Birds.
That is fantastic. And congratulations and many blessings.
I'm
to
hitting the old retweet button.
Is the baby today?
No, 4 days old.
Still, though, that's great.
Yeah, 4 days old. Another December baby.
Congratulations. Man, all these December kids.
Yeah.
I just hope he grows up to be a Philadelphia sports fan and a nice person. That's it.
One of those things is true.
See, you could be in the Hallmark movie.
Better than me.
That's beautiful, though. So congratulations to the Thomas family. I'm not talking about ours.
That is awesome.
We're
all part of the Thomas
family. That is awesome.
That's beautiful. All right, what would winning back-to-back division titles mean for Nick Sirianni? This was him yesterday on it.
It's just the next game right here. It's just the next game, and we know we know it's an opportunity to win the division, and we'll cross, as my dad used to always say, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But excited to be able to go out and play football and coach football. Get an opportunity for us to get better against a well-respected opponent.
It's a good answer. It's the right answer.
That's all you can say, right?
It's the appropriate answer. Like it's he's not going to start beating his chest if they win. Does he say here? I can already tell you the Sirianni answer. All right, Saturday night they beat the Commanders Saturday, right?
Right.
We're gonna enjoy this one for now.
Yes.
But we're gonna. But look, it wasn't just about winning the division. We still have a lot of things that we want to accomplish.
Oh sure.
He already has practiced it. We're gonna enjoy
That's
this one now.
That's what it's gonna be.
Mark my words, we're going to enjoy this one now. Will be how the sentence
We'll enjoy
starts.
this tonight. Yeah, we'll enjoy this tonight. Take a few minutes to breathe about it, but then we're gonna.
Oh God!
I love that.
If you've watched sports for 5 years, you could probably predict what a coach will say in a press conference anytime.
By the way, he broke character, though. You know that thing, though? He broke character.
How?
Because
wearing his Villanova sweatshirt.
Well, that's pandering, and that's because he probably looked into the eyes of Jay Wright at one point and then fell under the spell. My guess is that he let it slip that he knows that because many of his players in the locker room didn't act. They were doing the thing this week in the sound bites that they didn't even.
Wait, this is for the division?
Oh, this is for the division. We're not even.
Well, he didn't know it was banner night
about that.
earlier in the year, September 4th.
He let it slip. About that.
Oh, it's banner night? I had no idea. It's a Football Friday brought to us by Norristown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Driving to great deals at the fall sales event. Norristown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Get wicked good deals all month long on a Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Visit NorristownChryslerDodge.com. Connor, hit us with a text message. Our question today for you has been, are the Eagles on the same tier as Seahawks Rams after watching that game last night? What do we got on the text line? Dan Orlovsky continuously Dan
Orlovsky's getting crushed.
Well, he's now got the national. It's not just Eagles fans.
Well, no, everybody's jumped on board with this. But by the way, it's great for our content.
Yeah, thanks.
That our content has. Yeah. Thank you very much for getting that. I appreciate
that. Maybe our video gets more views. That's good work.
Dan, we really appreciate the content, and he gives me thanks.
That's awesome.
Thanks a freaking lot.
I might as well retweet it too, just to kind of keep the engagement going.
Keep the engagement going.
He's getting ratioed, by the way.
I'm busy tweeting a new Connor Thomas.
134 likes, 118 responses.
He's just getting crushed.
What do we got?
Mike from Levittown checks in and says, not sure why you don't put the Eagles with those other two teams. Those Darnold interceptions will crush them, and the Eagles spotted the Rams a 26-7 lead before they snapped back into it. Eagles are so dangerous. If they protect the ball, they're the hardest team in the NFL to beat.
I just worry about the potential shootout. And I'm not saying shootout 40 points. I'm saying shootout like 28, which they have not been able to really do recently. They scored 31 against the Raiders. That's great. I would like to see another decent offensive performance tomorrow.
Okay.
That's all. Like, I have nothing to hang my hat on with this Eagles offense right now. Last week, this past Sunday, was the first time they scored at least 28 points since October 26th.
But you could hang 11 hats on the Eagles defense.
Yes, you can.
So
that's good work.
It was good and bad.
All right, 2004. more trivia questions for you.
Okay.
I got 2 for you.
Okay.
It's still 4-2.
Yeah, so we need somebody to put. I need to put this away.
You might be able to. This is your chance now to put it away. All right, I'll go with a movie question first.
You know I hate movies.
This movie was premiered in December of 2004, winning the Best Picture at the 77th Academy Awards in 2005, but it premiered in 2004. If you guys can't know it, I will give you a clue.
Give us a clue.
Boxing movie.
Oh, it's the
Cinderella Man.
No, it's the.
It's a great movie.
It's the female boxer with.
Scott, think of the name.
It's the female boxer.
Cinderella Woman.
No, it's the female boxer.
It would just be Cinderella.
I cannot think of the name of the movie, but it's the female boxer, and it's got Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
And I can't pull the name. Of the
you're
movie.
still
Gran
in
Torino.
It is $1 Million Baby.
$1 Million Baby.
Which was a great movie. Cinderella Man was a fantastic movie.
Russell Crowe.
Okay.
Love that
Incredible.
movie.
Okay.
All right. Still 4-2.
Okay.
In November of 2004, November 3rd, the date exact,
Okay.
this league canceled a big night. I'll just leave it at that because I can't give another clue or it'll go away. This league canceled what event? And what was the event?
Okay, it was the NHL canceled the All-Star game.
Correct. I didn't want to say lockout because that would give it away. But the league, there was no sign of it ending, and they canceled in November 3rd. They canceled the 2005 All-Star game. Good job, John. Johnny's up 5-2.
Well, wait a minute. Connor was 8.
You asked him a hockey question for 2004. What do you expect me to do?
Well, it was
here?
the lockout year, so I was just thinking
lockout
about
year.
it.
That's why I didn't want to say lockout. I feel like you should know that there was a lockout in 2004.
No,
in the
he
NHL.
shouldn't. It was 8. Connor,
Do you know how much stupid stuff is in my head?
Oh, I do.
A lot.
I do, but hey.
I got to do some spring cleaning.
There you go.
By the way, Andrew on our YouTube chat, no, Rocky V was not the correct answer for the best picture of the 77th Academy Awards. Tommy Gunn, RIP, and company did not win the best picture.
Yeah, I was a
that
5th
year.
grader when Rocky won the best picture.
No, Rocky V.
Oh, yeah,
With
well.
Tommy Gunn.
Yes. Well, they all started to. None of them were up for best picture after the first one.
Balboa was all right. All right.
Please.
Let's announce
Better
the
storylines in General Hospital.
$100 Harvest Seasonal Grill and Wine Bar gift card.
Oh, good. Okay.
So we've had 20 winners this week.
All right.
Nope, 10 winners this week.
There
That's
it
the
is.
math. 10 winners this week. 20 tickets have been going out the window. That's because there's a pair of tickets in
Okay.
each one. So we gave out 5 pairs of sweet tickets for the Flyers game on January 6th. 5 pairs of tickets to the Sixers game on January 7th. The winners were all put into the hat for the grand prize of the $100 Harvest Seasonal Grill and Wine Bar gift card. Purchase them online at harvestseasonal.com or pick up in person at any of their 8 convenient locations in PA and New Jersey. Our winner is who, Connor?
Well, we need to set the mood for the drawing.
Santa baby.
All right, let's see who we got in here. Got 10 names in the hat. Who's going to be the lucky one with the gift card? And our winner of the grand prize, $100, is folded 1,000 times. It is Dan Gesserick, who won the Flyers tickets on Wednesday. So
All right.
congrats to Dan. You're a big winner.
So Dan won on Wednesday, which I believe,
It was either John or Ray.
yeah, I think it was Ray. if
So
I'm
the
not
Feliz
mistaken.
Navidad was the
Yeah,
grand
how
winner?
about
Well,
that?
Feliz Navidad was fantastic.
Well, congratulations. You won the $100 gift card to Harvest Seasonal Wine Bar as well. Give the gift of healthy indulgence to the Harvest Seasonal Grill and Wine Bar
Well,
gift
did he
card
win-
for everyone on your list.
Did he win the Sixers tickets or did he win
Flyers.
well, then it was mine then.
Oh, then there you go.
Then it
Oh,
was mine.
Yeah, then it
so
was
John
John
Kincade.
Kincade.
Then it
So
was
maybe
mine,
he
so there
should
you go.
take you to the Seasonal Grill.
Well, I'm going to the
Wine
Flyers.
Bar
No, I
gift
would
card.
like him to take whatever lovely lady he wants to take. He should take.
Absolutely.
That'll be great. And I'll see him at the Flyers night.
All right. So coming up next, it is a Football Friday, which means we got to do our pick segment. I did them early today, which I hate. I usually like to just go by the seat of my pants.
I might just fade you.
I actually flipped a game too. That's when I'm in danger. I overthink it.
Uh-huh.
We'll do our pick segment next. A couple more 2004 trivia questions. Your text messages on our topics. It's Kincade and Salciunas 97.5 The Fanatic. righty, 9:42 here on Kincade Salciunas, 97.5 The Fanatic on this football Friday. Eagles play the Commanders tomorrow. They could win the division back-to-back times for the first time since 2004 that any team in the NFC East would have done it. We're having some fun.
Did you hear Kevin?
Yeah, he's done with it too.
The exact answer. There's something generationally about this, and I swear, it's because, as I always say it with all love and respect, you guys are of the spoiled brat generation of Eagles fans, and we're not. Like the spoiled brat generation is like, oh, it's sort of a cool stat. No, we're tired of hearing it. We're tired of hearing it. Can't wait till it's over. Can't wait to hear about something else. Come on, Eagles. Come on. End this nonsense of the no back-to-back division titles. It just is. There's such a generational difference here within one fan base because of people that have grown up. The last 30 years has been a real difference between the first 30. It's just unbelievable.
By the way, AI freaks me out, man.
Why? What's going on now?
If Bayless, who's doing all the
fantastic stuff,
just created a photo of me celebrating my birthday, and decked out in Eagles gear with the Lithuanian flag in the background. I'm at a club eating Chinese food, most likely cold, with a cake and a beer. That all kind of fits.
Not cake though.
No, it's
the cake probably doesn't fit.
I'll eat a cake on a birthday.
Cold Chinese food.
Yeah, that.
How do you know it's cold?
I could just assume. If it's me as a computer, I would imagine.
Oh, okay.
We're on the same page here.
Gotcha.
All right, tell us the standings of the picks segment this year, Johnny, and then we'll get to them.
Here are the standings of the picks. Thanks to our friends at Bet Parks. Andrew, who won the picks for the second consecutive week.
How about that? Right.
With a 2-2 mark after I had my first losing week, is now 29-31. He's 48% against the spread. He passed Connor for second place because Connor is in the basement at 28-32.
It's nice down here.
47%. Is it toasty?
That baby might have his name changed soon from Connor Thomas to Andrew Thomas.
And my first losing week has dropped me to 36-24, still glistening against the spread.
You're leaking
at 60%. But it's my first losing week of the year, so Mr. Salciunas, let's have some football music and let's make the picks.
All righty. I am going to start with the Detroit Lions, who are still trying to stay alive in playoff contention. They are 6.5-point favorites at home against the Steelers, which is the big difference for me. If it was in Pittsburgh, maybe a different story. It's in Detroit. It's indoors. Like I say about the Eagles, I don't see Pittsburgh keeping up with an offensive attack like that. And the Steelers' defense is not as good as the Eagles. So I take the Lions 6.5 at home over the Steelers. The Denver Broncos are 3.5-point favorites at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars went off last week, scoring 48 points. Trevor Lawrence had the best game of his career. I always worry about the comeback down-to-earth game the following week.
Okay.
Broncos' defense is not the Jets' defense. So give me the Broncos to cover the 3.5. I am going to go with, for the third time this year, you like that?
Are you really?
Kirk Cousins and the Falcons on the road. This was the game I flipped. I originally had the Cardinals at plus 2.5 because their defense is not bad. They've actually plummeted the last couple weeks. I think that team's just done. There's questions about the coach.
Okay, there are. There are absolutely questions.
Nobody knows where the hell Kyler Murray is. I think the Cardinals have packed it in. Kirk Cousins is still playing for something. Give me the Falcons minus 2.5 on the road in Arizona, and then I will go with one dog. And it's one of these, if I lose, it's not the worst thing for me.
Okay.
The Patriots are 2.5-point road dogs in Baltimore. I'm going to take the Patriots, at least the 2.5.
Right.
If I'm wrong, that's a win for my Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, stop it.
No, but that's all right.
But if I'm correct, which I think I am, Baltimore's not been consistent enough, and New England just came off of a bad loss, bounce back spot. So come down to earth game for Jacksonville, which is why I have the Broncos to cover the 3.5. Bounce back spot for New England, plus 2.5 in Baltimore. Those are my 3 picks.
Okay, I'm going to give you, we're going to go to Saturday night for one of the games. I'm going to take the Bears, minus 1.5 at home versus the Packers. I like that one. I like the Pack. The Bears versus the Pack. I think it's going to be like their Super Bowl game. Their big game. They should have beaten the Packers, who could have beaten the Packers, I should say, could have beaten them in Green Bay just a couple weeks ago. Now, without Micah Parsons, there could be a bit of a lag, a little bit of a short week. I'll take the Bears. I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys versus the Los Angeles Chargers, and this is a dangerous pick. The Chargers the Dallas minus 1.5 at home. I find it a suspicious line. I love the Dallas offense. I don't think the Chargers offense is very good. Dallas may be eliminated by this game, but I still think that Dallas makes statements when they don't matter.
I did actually have that game written down. I crossed it out.
And you were thinking about Dallas also?
Yeah.
I'll take Dallas minus 1.5. I'm taking the Saints. The Saints have been playing some really good football lately.
Man, shuck it up, bro.
And they're playing the Jets. And the Jets are bad. I'll take the Saints, and I'm laying the 6 points at home versus the Jets. I think the Jets have packed it in. And I'll take the Saints there. And on Monday Night Football, so it's Monday night, the last one, I will take the San Francisco 49ers minus 5.5 at the Colts. And I believe that they will take care of business there. Saints 49ers minus 5.5 at the Colts.
All right, before we get Connor's picks, hit it.
Now, breaking sports news from 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
We will get Connor's picks in a second because I'm still waiting on terms, but the Philadelphia Phillies have traded Matt Strahm.
Well, we knew that was coming.
To the Kansas City Royals, according to Robert Murray, who's an MLB insider.
He is. Good dude.
So Matt Strahm to Kansas City. I'm waiting to hear what the terms are. Remember, we talked about this earlier in the show. Connor is heartbroken.
Not heartbroken.
Because you're
borderline devastated.
You're a big fan of the Stromboli. He's a guy that drove me nuts despite his success. It's just always angst-filled.
Well,
And
I know
once you get Brad Keller, you don't need Matt Strahm.
What are they getting?
I'm still waiting on the terms. So we'll find out if they get money. If they're, if is Kansas City eating up the entire contract, that could then open something else up for the Phillies in terms of what they could acquire next, or they get something in return. But still no word on the return from Kansas.
That is not good news. That means you're getting probably a bag of balls.
Right-handed reliever Jonathan Bolin.
In other words,
tell us all about Jonathan Bolin.
In other words, nobody wanted his contract at that dollar figure, so you're getting a prospect.
Jonathan previously with the Royals.
Jonathan Bolin played for the Royals, made 34 appearances last year out of the bullpen. He actually did do one spot start, but 34 appearances.
Okay.
Posted a 3.86 ERA.
Not terrible.
Struck out 46 walks, 17.
Ooh.
44 innings pitched total. So
not terrible.
He's a right-handed pitcher.
Terrible.
Another right-handed arm
What's
coming
the
out.
contract? Is he on arbitration?
How old?
He is 29.
Ooh, so he's not young.
Turned 29.
Okay.
On December 1st.
Yeah, but he's not.
He's a young 29.
He's not young, though.
Well, for a reliever, 29's young.
Yeah, and how old's Strahm? It's not like Strahm's like some
Strahm just looks like he's
chicken.
48. My gosh.
So there's your trade. All right, Connor, go ahead. Give us your picks.
Hang on, let me get the football music back. You're throwing me off my game now. Trying to get me kicked back to the basement. I have a couple picks that John also has.
Oh,
and I don't know how I feel about that. We're going to go with the Bears minus 1.5 versus the Packers.
Why would you not want to have the picks that the guy who's leading and crushing
You're leaking
everybody?
oil right now.
You're leaking oil?
I have one bad week.
I might be
one
tailing
week
the
that I
wrong
lost.
horse right now.
Are you on fraud alert? You're talking about how the Rams all of a sudden they lose one game.
No, the Bears have lost
0%
many.
chance.
The Rams have lost many.
I do just like the Bears. That line kind of says to me that, hey, especially at home. Vikings minus 2.5 at the Giants. Kind of a weird line there, where you're looking at that and saying,
After the egg that the Giants laid last week,
Yeah.
I got this weird feeling the Giants are going to play a game this week. I was
feel
afraid
like
of that
too, but if you're going to give me 2.5 with a team that I think is significantly better, even though the Vikings aren't that good, I'm still going to take that. And I'm taking the Cowboys minus 2.5 versus the Los Angeles Chargers. For the same reasons you kind of laid out there, Johnny. I do like for my prop pick, Trey McBride, anytime touchdown scorer. That's minus 105. You can get it right now.
But wait a minute. Wait a minute. Just to clarify, you're giving 2.5 with the Vikings.
Yes.
You're not getting.
I'm giving 2.5 with the Vikings.
Okay.
And Trey McBride is sneaky putting together one of the great tight end seasons that we've seen in recent history.
He's been excellent.
He's going to set the all-time receiving receptions record in a season for tight ends this year. And
I didn't know that.
What do Arizona or like bad teams do when you have one player setting something up? You feed that
make it
guy.
happen. Yeah.
So those are my picks.
So what is that? What is that for him?
That is minus 105 anytime touchdown scorer for Trey McBride.
Okay.
In Cardinals Falcons.
Good job, Connor.
Wow.
All right, just some more information on Jonathan Bolin. I know you guys, I can't believe you guys don't know everything about him.
I don't.
6'6", 240, so he's a big right-hander.
Well, that's what they like, and that's fine.
I'm on Baseball Savant, which is it's associated with the MLB, so it's not like it's some
Sure.
guy's basement. They do the graph. Blue means bad, red means good. He's in the red for a lot of categories. His fastball velocity averages right around 96 miles per hour.
Okay.
Which is the 72nd percentile. His average exit velo is 87.3 miles per hour. It doesn't give me the exact number, but it's even better than his fastball velocity.
Okay.
So chase rate's high, whiff rate's high, K rate's high. The walks is his biggest problem, it seems like, and he gets barreled. So
Okay.
when they do
He's
hit
not
the ball
making a lot,
hard,
though, right?
no.
Okay, so this was a money dump for a guy with upside. They
For
think
upside,
has
yeah.
upside.
Yeah.
So I'm all right with that. Like I don't hate it. They had to get the money off the books because nobody is paying the $20 million for Nick Castellanos.
Yeah, this is all pre-arbitration for the next 3 years too.
Okay,
So,
that's good then. Okay,
Maybe he's a piece in your pen.
that's all
And
right.
like you said, you're saving money, and who knows, that could open up the door for another.
That's a
move.
third of Nick Castellanos' money.
Yeah, he sits
exactly.
like 95, 96.
I don't mind that move. Like I don't mind that as a.
I'm
as
actually
a-
kind of celebrating it.
That's fine.
That's
All I
just-
know is this:
that's just
you
me.
can't count on Strom in the playoffs. So that's what matters with this team right
Yeah.
now.
All right, tell us about life-saving cancer research.
Hey,
please,
Ron
Johnny.
Davis and Davis CPA Group made a donation to the AACR, and you can too. Go to 975fanatic.com/AACR. I'm living proof 3 times over. The cancer research saves lives. Great job. And happy birthday again to Andrew Salciunas.
Happy birthday to Liv Kincade. All right, and to Johnny Marks, who
And
was
Johnny
off
Marks.
today. I mean, me and Johnny Marks, I've known since I started working here 11 years ago that he and I
shared a birthday.
share a birthday. So Middays with Marks comes right next. Johnny not in today, though. It is Ray Dunn and Mike Gill.
I saw them both dressed like country music singers.
They look fantastic. So that comes your way next. Everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy the game tomorrow night. We'll be back at it Monday. The week of